Buonasera tutti. Every time. That's beautiful.
Aw,
That's because
Tammy.
I scare people.
Tammy just subscribed
He's
to
a
her
very frightening
15th month.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Talera.
15?
Thank you
15
very much.
months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Appreciate that.
It's like a
Beautiful.
the
Thank you.
small
Oh,
child.
who's got the stream on?
Let's guess.
3 guesses.
Welcome to episode 24, Unbound. We are here together again, and I'm happy to be here. It's been a long week. What?
Are you ever unhappy to be here?
No. Well, that's a good thing, right? Isn't that great?
That's good.
Hey, chat. Hey, good to have you as well. I think I'll start with a shout out, I guess, and then we can just go around the table and you can just do what you do. I was a part of a lovely stream with Pam.
That was so funny. I enjoyed every moment of that.
Oh, thank you.
How much did you have to drink?
Nothing.
Really?
No, really.
It was high on life?
I had a Milo. I was having a hot Milo.
We were all convinced you wasn't pissed.
11?
Genuinely.
Thank you for thinking I act like that in just when I'm drunk. I act like that anytime. But
Just
look,
drunk
Ham and I,
happiness.
Ham the DM is very much a veteran in his field, and we just talked world building, and I challenged him with some questions, and it was good fun. He showed me a bit about the world he's building and the campaign
Did you
he's
guys
running.
come up with anything?
Didn't come up with anything per se. I just picked his brain a little bit, and just while he was eating Skittles with titanium oxide.
Yeah, I did
In
hear
the-
about
Mm.
that.
Yeah,
Hear
which
about
Is
apparently
that what makes them delicious?
not suitable for consumption. Being Skittles now, just so you're aware.
that. Is that like the American thing though, or the Australian thing?
I think it's just
Is it on the
a
packet?
thing.
Man, we eat so
Is it
many
on the
Skittles.
packet, Ham?
Titanium bad for you?
No, it's good for your bones.
I eat
no,
asbestos all the time.
It can
Oh.
fix your busted bones.
Yeah, isn't that how
we do not condone
Yeah.
eating any material that was mentioned in this.
Ham's
Skittles are
origin
my
story.
favorite candy.
So with that in mind, I had lots of fun. Thank you very, very much for having me on there. And let's go around. Who would like to go next?
Well, I guess while we're on the subject of world building,
Mhm.
I'd like to thank and shout out Valiant Odyssey for having Emily and myself on their world building stream the other day. So, unlike Michele, we were productive and came up with things for the world.
That's fair.
It's true.
So yeah, no, it's a good little chat. Came up with, I guess, a bit of lore and backstory for why shifters would exist in his world, and I don't know, came up with some little rituals. I'm really trying to get him to have a little drug trip scene. Where, yeah, they eat a
Was
bit of
very cool.
peyote-esque type material and have a bit of a mescaline trip.
Nice.
We also got to brag about how cool Vim is.
Yeah.
That was the other part of it.
Sweet.
Yeah, so thank you. Had a blast, and good luck with creating the rest of the world.
A lot involved, isn't it? Go for it.
Yeah, shout out to our TikTok. If you like,
Nice.
if you like TikTok dances and highlights from our many streams, please follow us on TikTok at It's Fate Script.
Beautiful sentiment.
Sediment?
Hey,
I
do you want to do Ardent and Meeples?
Yeah, sure. On roleplay. You're amazing. Thank you. No, truly, thank you for all the support that we've had over the year. I don't think we'd be able to do what we've been doing without you guys. And that also includes Meeples and Dragons as well. They've been longtime friends and supporters of ours for, God, a number of years now, it feels like, considering we're seeing those subs.
It's actually
Yeah.
been years.
Yeah, so thank you so much to John and Sarah. Make sure you check out their webpage where you can buy merch for D&D and alternative games as well, called Cthulhu,
Yep.
glasses, dices, every little bit and bob that you might need. They're also local, so please support them. And also Ko-fi.
Thank you.
We have one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't remember the
Shit.
details if someone wants to yell it out.
Well, we can put
But
it in the.
exists.
We have a wonderful mod who I'm just like literally watching. Put everything in there.
continuous.
So it's just Kofi. I sent you the list. It's fine.
But yeah, definitely, yeah, Kofi, good shout out. Thank you very much. You're going to support us there. Amazing. Thank you. Go for it.
Me again. Couple of people I got to shout out. The first one is Tammy. purely just from a selfish standpoint, who sent me the most wonderful gift, sent me a Mithril Foundry candle. It was very, very sweet, and we've been burning it like responsibly all week. And it smells so good. My favorite part was that she left a note that was like, I wanted to send flowers, but I know not all flowers are safe for cats. And I was just like, that's so thoughtful. So thank you so much, Tammy, and thank you for just being such a wonderful human to us, and for being an awesome mod. We are very lucky to have you. I'm also going to shout out G of D, who forced me to get bangs cut, and who also got bangs cut. Another like on-stream promise I made that I'd need to stop making tattoo and bangs. It's happened. Basically, she got Eddie Munson bangs cut, and I said I'd get Chrissy bangs cut. So here we are. I don't know why. The other thing that I need to shout out is Romancing the Dungeon, who did a wonderful charity event a couple of days ago. Gosh, it feels like forever ago now. For Planned Parenthood, they raised around, I think it was €1,800 for Planned Parenthood and reproductive health.
Amazing.
I got to be a part of a wonderful game called Sexy Battle Wizards, which was absolute chaos from 5:30 in the morning until about 9 o'clock, where I then had to survive the day. They convinced me to put liquor in my coffee, which took no convincing whatsoever.
Those are the best streams.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they were like, we're all drinking alcohol or juice is what it was called. And I was like, should I put liquor in my coffee? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, you're right, I should. So yeah, that was wonderful. But huge event. They do it every year. Yeah. Awesome. You can go back and watch it. Who knows? Maybe we'll do some stuff with them in the future. What else?
What's on? Go for it.
Oh, shout out to Aeoncraft, who just subscribed for his 20th month.
Thank
Holy
you.
shit,
geez,
Aeon.
yeah.
Nice catch. Well done. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. He has a great stream as well, where he pulls dice and makes them, and we have some of his in front of us, and it's amazing.
Isn't that the
It's like
influencer thing to do?
No, like the Power Ranger.
No, that's what influencers do. They
Oh,
put
do
their
they?
hand behind it so that
Oh.
the focus doesn't.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I was an influencer.
That's why you can go, and it will focus on the pen
That's
instead
cool.
of my face.
Good.
Oh.
If I do this, it'll focus on.
I hope so.
It does actually work.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Hand focus best when you do that.
Oh dear. All
Please
right.
stop.
Let's go into it. In that case, thank you very much for the shout outs. And we're going to
Just
run the
gonna
intro.
put a physical shout out for
Yeah.
Romancing the Dungeon in the chat
Nice.
as well.
Yep, lovely. We'll go through the intro and then we'll come back and recap. So don't go anywhere.
Where's it? Ban D20! Someone just Ash put it in the chat, so.
Goodness.
Oh, band.
Ban.
Ban.
No, ban. Ban him.
No, he's in a band. That's
Oh.
my beats now.
So let's recap.
Band E20.
Now, don't go anywhere, D20. I like you. Magic.
It sounded so weird.
Yeah. Magic has been brought back, entering the vast hallway of gold with doors to unknown places you pursued Rigor, the council member of Fom, who stabbed Luna and made the portal to this unusual place. Finding a dwarf called Anybody trapped, you attempted to save her, but saw her burned with the acid of a gelatinous goo. Fleeing this room safely, you encountered Goss again, hiding, and Rigor with him, though he disappeared and an invisible creature attacked. You slew that being and was gifted Rigor's emerald dagger by Goss. You were told truths about the boy and his plight, and were given guidance out, back into Vim, through another door in this vast place, and found yourselves where you had intended, in this long, long journey so far. The Wevin Mine village, the home of Sid. So, it is cold, freezing. As soon as you step through this door, your feet crunch against and on short bladed grass and small tiny flowers called snow clover, which you recognize immediately, Sid. This beautiful tiny clusters of flowers all around, but almost frozen solid. It's colder here, Sid, than you remember, even with your time here. But even so, the light fog that dusts this small village that leads into the Wevin Mine is not uncomfortable. You felt a slight frigidity and then relaxed as a slight wind picked up and almost like a comforting hug enveloped you and decided that you'd be warm. But so, to anyone looking in, they'd expect you to shiver. But you don't. A slight glow covers the ground, not your natural snow brightness of white, but this shimmer above it, encompassing the earth. As you look ahead, you see, Sid, for yourself, the familiar houses, old, but also new, like someone's put a varnish on it, on old wood to make it just look dazzling. As you look here and there, though, every single home is like this. They're all single story, they're all hut-like in nature, but as though just newly built with new wood. Thatched roofs, some wooden. You recognize, Sid, that you are probably about a 5 to 10 minute walk towards the open mine, which lead into caverns and holes in the ground under the earth. The mine itself being this vast oval shape that you can walk down paths and is wide enough to have plentiful of carts go back and forth in unison, filled with silver. When you walk a little further, you notice more. Slight, small, but many tiny lights are dancing at roof height. Hundreds and hundreds of these tiny firefly type lights, not made by insects, but by what? They're simply glowing above this small crossroads which you are coming up to. It's a bit of a space in between it's two main roads, and there's a space in that very small square that you see children huddle around a well that's overflowing with water. But even so, the children seem to be with their hands by their sides, playfully juggling small globes of water, as though creating them, and dancing around this well, which is overflowing with pure crystal clear. Beside, you see families, half a dozen of them, dwarven, human, tiefling, move around this area, looking up in wonder and blurring past. Such as the blur spell, they seem to just be shimmering here and there, super, very quickly. You also see, observing them, coming up some side streets. Without fear, rabbits, light grey and dark brown and white, almost camouflaged completely by the snow that's around, just observing. Cats, dogs, deer, almost looking like a farm. But they are wild, and you see once or twice even conversation or some sort of communication happen between one of these tieflings or a human or a child and one of these animals. As you move around some more and go a little bit more towards, you notice that there is song as well. People are singing in beautiful tones, unbelievably clear, without fault, and you can see them side by side in a small choir. They are rejoicing. Everyone is happy. What would you like to do?
Ask you a couple of questions.
Absolutely, you can.
So the amount of magic that's going on, is that reminiscent of what this place was like before magic was taken away, or is it like excessive compared to what it was?
Looking around, it seems like you are not used to the people here being as happy as they look. This
Be
place,
sad.
this place is simply happier, not a stressful place, as far as you can see. You could see the stress on people's faces clearly as you left, and their work that they had to do. Not at the moment.
And I guess with the buildings looking, I guess, refurbished almost, would I be able to go up to one and maybe give it a touch, see if its feel is the same as its look, and I guess investigate that, see if
Yeah,
it's...
make an Arcana check. You also do notice that there is a slight, you would call it a slight excess in magic, yes.
11.
11? Touching the side of this house, there is a warmth to it, not unlike if a fireplace was hugging that particular wall, but you continue to move your hand around, it's all around. These huts are not well insulated. Each has, for this sort of climate, a fireplace. And you'd assume that they're on, and you can see there are chimneys above that do billow out smoke. But even the smoke clears extremely quickly. As it rises out, it's gone. Only for a moment you notice it.
And does the texture of what I'm touching feel
Would-
like what I'm visually seeing?
It does. But there's a warmth to it that you're not used to.
Seems like someone figured out how to polish a turd. It was never this nice when I lived here.
Yeah, so you sure your parents got rescued from this place?
It's not so much about rescued, but the letter that I received, it was a bit out of sorts from my experiences here.
There seems to be children playing joyously in the fountain.
Yeah, what's with that? Where's their parents? One of them might drown.
Sounds like a threat.
I mean, you can never be too careful, you know?
Yeah, what with all the deer, rabbits?
Yeah, what's with all the animals? I don't actually remember you mentioning any of this.
Yes, it's very nice.
Mind you, I don't think I asked as well. Doesn't seem too unpleasant.
Well, I don't know. I used to think I had it worse until I met you. Maybe I'm just a whiny prick.
Possibly. Luna, that reminds me. You still tired?
Yes.
Perhaps you could show us the ropes here, and if there's a local tavern or place that we can maybe get some rest, check in with your folks, maybe clean yourself up first before you say hello.
What's wrong with this?
I don't know. I've not really had the pleasantries of going to visit my parents before, so if this is good for me.
I mean, I've wiped your ass before. Where you help us out?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
It's true.
Also, it
yeah.
sounds like a threat, but
I'm sure it'll be fine. You can probably stay at the Chateau Degenerate if you would like.
Chateau Degenerate sounds fancy, like a winey place.
It's not.
No,
Or at least I don't remember it being.
can't be worse than that shitty grape juice we were drinking from the mountain giants.
I don't think it's really a chateau. Take us to your hut.
No, it is. Just spelled with an SH.
Ah,
Luna, are you okay? You're awfully quiet.
I'm tired.
Yeah, fair. Show us the way then, Sid.
And I will offer my arm to Luna.
I'm good.
Right, now I know what you were going through. This way. Start heading to where I remember home being.
Okay. You remember home being having not a very pleasant view of the mine, because it just brings that foreboding of the next new day of labor. As you walk and move past this scene, you make your way around to the left and continue your way down the main thoroughfare. As you continue walking, you see more of this scene, but the light fog makes way for a dusting of snow. And you can see people coming out of their homes, clean, very clean, smelling beautiful. These beautiful fragrances from inside of the homes of foods, drinks, perfumes. Again, a place that usually does not have that scent. Usually it's one of dirt, one of sweat. And you see the snow starting to fall. But then
Has that ever happened here before?
it has. Snow falls. Usually it's a little harder, a little bit rougher. Sleet more than snow. But this isn't uncommon for this part of the world. But the dusting slows, although the same amount of snowflakes fall. And soon you see that you're moving through snow in stasis. And you are coming up close to the edge of this mine, only about 5 or 2 minutes away with your cart and horses and camels and horsey and your goods. And you finally, as you pass through this still falling dusty snow and music in the background, you come across a particularly larger home, the same as the rest, still a bit unfamiliar to you, Sid, even though it's in exactly the same place that you remember it. That varnished wood. The roof repaired. No longer thatched straw, but solid wood. 2 chimneys. Single story, but long. It looks like it's even had an extension. And there you are. Your childhood home.
Look a bit sus, man. Well, this is it, but looks a lot nicer than I remember.
Perhaps your family has, well, we've gone through a few months, perhaps something turned for the better for them.
I guess there's only one way to find out. I was going to do a whole bit about.
That was a knock, right?
Yeah.
Was going to do a whole bit about telling you to clean the mud off your feet because old Mumsy doesn't like it when you drag mud in, and expecting that there would be a mud floor in here. But I don't know if that's going to be the case anymore. So, I guess tentatively knock on the door.
Do you want me to take my shoes off?
I guess.
You should take.
Apparently it'll magically get cleaned or something.
Okay. As you knock on the door, a couple of light taps, and you hear a voice inside saying, unfamiliar to you, "Who's there?" And then a shuffle at the door, and you can see a small hole in the door appear. And it's as though a small piece of wood has been moved from the inside, almost like a little peephole. Looking through is just this beady looking eye.
I get still weirded out about the house and the different voice. I'll be like, "It's your favorite son?"
Oh, I see. And you hear a couple of locks unlock, and you hear the creaking of the door open inward. And there is a dwarf with grey vest, grey pants, very shiny brown boots, untouched by mud, looking like there are some necklaces of gold on his neck, some bracelets, burly character, sort of some wrinkles, some scars across his face, almost like burn scars. You can see that this rough grey beard, white and yellow beady eyes looking at you. Can't say I recognize you, lad. But who are you?
I guess I'll like lean back and look down the street and make sure I'm in the right spot.
Is your father a dwarf?
No. Who the fuck are you? What are you doing in my house?
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
What are you doing in this house?
Your house. I'm sorry. The deed has been mine for some time.
I'm gonna try and shove him and barge in.
Okay, make me a strength check, because he's going to stand his ground.
We failed that.
Can
I
I
definitely failed that. It was 4.
Can I give him advantage by helping support him?
Sure, why not? But it's advantage to use it.
Can you still fall? Okay. Hey, Knuckles, get him. After I'm like,
That's respectable. I don't have a bardic inspiration to it.
no,
do not.
because I didn't do it earlier.
It's a 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. Still not enough. It's, even with both of you, this burly character just stands, and you try and push past him, and his shoulders broad and muscly just get in the way, and he sort of holds his hand out and tries to just hold you there. I wouldn't come in if I were you. That would be breaking an enter, but that would be entering without any sort of reasoning. That is not allowed here.
Why? Where are you hiding Sid's parents?
Yeah, I was me like getting held back, trying to like look over his shoulder, go, "Mom, Mom!" It's slapping him, but real weakly.
Well, I'm sorry that you might be mistaken, but again, this has been my home for some time. I bought it fair and square with coin. This was a dealing that the Rotherheim clan made. I was no part as to the sellers. I was not privy to the sellers. I'm fortunately not sure, and I'm sorry if there's been any inconvenience here. You obviously know or knew the previous owners, yes?
Yeah, where are they? Do you know where they are?
As far as I'm aware, it's been said that they have been sent into the mine since just before the magic came back. It's been a few weeks now.
What about the old man? He was bedridden.
He was sent. I don't know about bedridden, but they just sent all of them into the mine. They've got temporary bedding there. They just think, or the Rotherheim just think that I guess it's a more convenient for them to have people closer by. The mine is doing some weird shit. And by weird I mean good, but I would say that there's reasoning that the people who work in it would be best to stay closer. You know, all this travel back and forth in the cold. If your relatives had to be carried in, not very good for the nose. I'd say that it's probably warmer and closer to travel in there. So you might find them in there. I only purchased the deed. I heard from the Rotherheim clan it was a fair deal. I'm sorry if there's been any misunderstanding. What's your name? I'm sorry?
Inconsequential.
That's a very long name.
It is.
Wait.
When did everything get a bit better around here? Was this place a shithole when you bought it?
Well, yes, when the magic came back, it seemed to fix things. Well, we fix things, actually. I guess before it left, we felt lost and missed what we could do. But now, you saw the children playing. They can create their own water now. They couldn't even before. It's like everything's been enhanced. They can speak with animals. Couldn't before, just small things. Make themselves look and smell clean instead of actually being clean. So we went around and simply made it look better. Uniform. So no one house looks better than another. But better. That's all the Rotherheim clan's rules now. Make everything the same. Have everyone who works in the mine go into the mine. Things like that.
You mentioned that you purchased the house off the Rotherheim clan, yes?
It was a dealing that they said was the house was for sale. I was looking for somewhere to live. I had some coin, and they offered it. They were the intermediaries.
How much did you pay?
Why do you want to know? I'm sorry, that's personal information.
I think, did your parents originally own this home, or was it always under the Rotherheim?
It's part of their fuckery. They lure people in here. Put a
Can you-
big debt.
Just for my friend's sake, you can imagine that this would be a mighty blow that his family home has been sold out from underneath.
It's been your family home, has it?
Yeah, I grew up here.
I'm sorry. They didn't. The Rotherheim clan, I guess, did not mention that there were any other names on the writ. The ownership of the home was simply under an Orin and an Alida. Are they your parents? All this was sorted out by the Rotherham clan. There was a gentleman, Nolan, that was a voice for, I would believe, your father's behalf.
Would you consider selling it back?
It's not a usual thing for a house to go for sale. I guess.
It's called a housing crisis.
Well, yes, it's not easy, of course. But if I were to sell, I'd first of all not part with this for the same coin, because I'm comfortable here. I've moved in. I probably want a bit more, but I also would like to find somewhere else to live first.
Okay, but would you sell it?
If you were to help me find somewhere else to live, I'd consider it.
How much for?
Well, I bought this home for 1,200.
Can I roll inside?
Sure. I'd probably ask for 15.
For brevity's sake, can we see the deed?
Of course. To respect for your family, I can show you this.
It's just a 12.
A 12 seems to be telling the truth. He's very, very upfront. Everything he's described so far is replicative of what you've seen. He goes back inside. He does ask you to wait at the front door, though. Go on.
That's right. Until he comes back. I thought he just bailed us.
No. He says, if you wouldn't mind waiting here. And he goes off and out of sight. And you see from within the door, he doesn't close it behind him. But you see from within, the rooms look similar. The same, but there's an unfamiliar look to it because the goods inside are not yours. Your family.
I'm fucking homeless.
Welcome to the club.
We're all homeless. Well, yeah,
No, you got kicked out.
yeah, we're all homeless.
Sorry.
Didn't get kicked out. Told to go.
Sorry, I just shortened the story a little bit. Hey, is he gone?
He's out of sight at the moment, yeah.
I'm gonna lower my voice and whisper it since it keeps the demons on. Okay.
1,500 gold. You might be able to get that.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about the house. It's more people that were in it.
Well, obviously, but
Hey, if we
would
turn
be
Bellowing, we might get that money.
true. It would be nice for your parents to have somewhere to go that's not the mines.
Yeah, that's got to be bad when your dad's back.
Honestly, I prefer them not to be here at all. This is all pretty odd.
Not for me, I don't know any context.
I'm a cat.
I hope we get to your home. It's completely different.
Don't have one.
We get to my house.
Well, I hope we get there and you have one. Big house built there. Real nice.
Come on, Sid, I'm sorry. I'm joking. But seriously, we should look for your parents if they don't have a home. To understand they're quite old. Surely sleeping in a mine.
That
is not
old, they're
good.
younger than Bello. Older shoot. How old are you?
Super old.
Are they both humans? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's old.
Nolan's my brother.
Wait. Oh, Nolan was speaking on behalf of your father. Where's he then?
Is he speaking on behalf of your father?
Yeah. Well, like I said, Dad's been
Well, no.
rough sorts of late.
Got that part out.
Yeah, the idiot went and got himself a job at the mine.
Nolan did.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with him?
I
What's his relationship like with your parents?
mean,
He's obviously not a good son.
Yeah, I'm the better one.
No.
Yeah, he
By
said
far.
that when we got to the door.
Stop for a second. What's his relationship like with your parents?
It's fine. I mean, it's
They're strained?
the parents.
He
We're
wouldn't
sons. The,
betray them for the Rotherheim clan?
he's a dick, but I don't think that much of a dick. We've just been at odds because he thinks I'm lazy because I refuse to work with the mine. And I think he's an idiot because he put himself in the same position that got us here in the first place.
Well, is he easily manipulated?
Well, yeah, because he got a job in the mine like a fucking
So
idiot.
that's my point, right? Is that if he's easy to manipulate, what's to stop him from crossing your parents, selling their house, forcing them to live in the mine while you're not there to protect them?
Stop.
Jeez, yeah, that fucking took a turn pretty quick.
All right. Well, anyway.
I mean, anything's possible.
I mean, your dad might be
let's-
sick, but he's not dead. He can speak.
Well, I hope so. That's what we came to find out. Jeez, you're a bit like this is a bit of a time for me, and you're not being very sensitive to my needs.
Oh,
I'm sorry? Would you like to repeat that?
Yeah, well, jeez, I have feelings, Luna.
I'm gonna
I'm an emotional
look
guy,
at
and you're
where
not...
I've been stabbed multiple times through the day and my cracked and broken bones, and just be like, wow, I'm so sorry. I've been so fucking insensitive.
Well, I mean, thank you for the apology and acknowledging it, but why's she being like this?
she mentioned she's tired.
Let's
Are you
go.
cranky because you need a nap?
I sometimes get frustrated.
Yes, I'm also cranky because you're a bit of a dick.
Awesome.
Where is this coming from? Jeez, I try to invite you into my home that doesn't exist anymore, and then you throw shade at me.
Hood, if I could ask you to rate your emotional pain on a scale of 1 to 10 of being stood up, where do you think it would fit on that scale?
Oh, like easy 11.
Can I roll inside on that, please?
Is that true?
No.
Deception. Go for it.
I'm gonna guide myself. I'm gonna give Hood a disadvantage for no reason. No, I'm joking. Go away.
I kind of want to fail now.
That's going back to the jail. 17.
20.
Nat 20.
It's a nat, but I'm still gonna be like, no, I'm kidding. It's
Okay.
it's like a 3. I hung out with some cool guys and got free drinks. It wasn't the awfulest thing in the world.
Cool. So Hood's pain scale was probably a 3. I'm gonna say that my pain scale from being stabbed on your behalf once, trying to track down your assailant, and then to be stabbed a second time, and then to fall from the sky and hit solid pavement
Yeah,
Was-
that's fucking hurt.
probably actually a 20 out of 10.
To be fair, you bounced off the railing.
I don't think she wants to remember.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else I remember? You not catching me.
Well, I metaphorically caught you when I put all your broken bones back together.
I am very thankful. Thank you.
That was an
let me-
emotional 6 for me.
Okay, so you healing me hurt worse than what Hood hurt being stood up.
It's because she's got gout.
Mm.
Them bones aren't what they used to be.
Cool. I just wanted to
They're
throw
hollow.
those numbers out there
I mean,
for reflection for you.
I had a rough time as well. I tried to hit that thing with like a couple of firebolts and like missed horribly. You know how embarrassing that was for me? Like in front of Hood? I'm trying to,
I'm gonna
look
punch him in
cool.
the face.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Didn't help that.
So, my actual anger is boiling. Oh. Hey, it's a 17 again. No, it's not. I'm used to using that. That's not right. That's a 13.
To hit me.
Is that hit?
No, it does not.
And as you swing at Sid, you see this dwarf just poke his head around. Should I give you a moment?
Everyone's a bit emotional at the moment. It's fine.
No, I'm
I
just
can
being a
imagine.
smart ass. This was going to happen later, so may as well get what you were going to do. I both.
Okay. And he gives you a framed piece of parchment. It's under glass. And as he hands it to you, Sid, it reads, that the new ownership has been, and the full payment of the home has been acquired by this gentleman here. By this dwarf.
Who sets up the sale of the house?
They sent a delegate from the mine itself. The Rotherheim clan does all that. They own everything.
Did you catch a name or anything?
And
Sure, you
he
spent
sort of
a lot of money.
turns this this deed around. Boren. There he is, and he sort of points to a signature at the bottom.
Warren of the Rotherheim clan.
That's
at
the
the
one.
mines. Now, that should be pretty easy to find if it's just over there.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, you can ask around. You can probably find him. He deals with the village more than the mines themselves, and any rules, regulations that go on here. If you want to seek him out, what can ask why?
Well, I guess we'd like to know what happened in the transaction.
Oh, well, I'm sure you can see from his. He probably has many things he writes down, and the conversations he has and things like that. He was making sure that everything, all the dots, and the signatures were true, and he was present for all of that as a witness. So he can give you more information, of course. But and if you are wanting to purchase the house back, you're more than welcome to. You've heard my price, and also my other requirement. You need to find me a house I'm happy with. Something cheaper than what I bought this place for. Something that I can live comfortably. I'd need to assess it and just make sure I'm happy with it too.
Just a quick question. Where did you come from prior?
It's further south.
Like a name?
It was Zaru, at the very southern tip of the Riverlands. This is a little bit warmer than down there. I run a small trading company. So I now work out of the mine here.
It must be small for you to only have a house like this. It's pretty gross.
I personally don't think so,
I
but
personally don't think you should have paid 1,200 gold for it.
She's onto this guy.
I feel like
We
maybe
really need to get
if
her a
it was
fucking cot or something.
if it was me, I probably would have only paid about 700 gold.
each to their own, I
I
guess.
think like 1,200 gold is probably more than what it's worth now.
You may be right. I may have been.
I'm an expert in real estate, so
It's true, she is.
See. Well, I would ask that. I would ask then that you don't assess this other place and the rest of you do. Because I wouldn't want to purchase something so much of a novel as this.
Tell me, if you're working,
correct.
you're working with the Rotherheim clan.
I'm not. I said I'm own my own small trading company.
What's it
All I
called?
did with it's been around for some time. I don't know whether you've heard of it. It's the Clover Trading Company.
The Clover?
Yes.
Don't think I have. It must be quite a small business.
It's because of, and I gestured at the ground. Clover around here.
It's there's clover everywhere. I just like the smell, and I wanted a name that I liked, something that is appealing to clients, something that I might be able to advertise better, and I think it's working.
Let me rephrase. So you don't work for the Rotherheim clan?
No,
you work
I only
with
did
them.
this particular transaction with them. We're in the Wevin Mine, where the Rotherheim clan are the council, are the I guess the law, the regulators here, and this is how they had me purchase it.
You mean how they swindled you?
And look, they could have, and this is not the only home I own. Trading company is in fact
Why do you need
doing
more than
well.
one?
Travel to another place, I'm not going in. And if I'm doing well, why don't
Why
I?
not?
You never know who you're betting next to, do you?
What makes you too good for an inn?
Not too good, but again, there's always trouble in an inn. Drunkards, people who want to brawl with you, it's unseemly.
When's the last time you stayed at an inn?
must have been some years ago now, soon after my company really took off.
I think we killed someone at every inn we've stayed at.
Isn't that right? Really?
Or someone's been dead for Jason.
And he looks back to you, Luna. You see? Danger appears out of every corner in
She's
any
just
inn.
lying to scare you.
Oh,
Funnily
really?
enough, we do very well in danger, so perhaps if you have any contracts worthwhile knowing about, we'd do some business.
There is a wanted. There is a problem. If you were to perhaps take care of this problem, it's to do with the trading company, nothing to do with anything other in the town. But shortly outside of town, I've heard something of something attacking some of my carts, and it's only in a particular part of the north of this dreary-looking town.
If you hate the town so much, why do you live here?
Because my business runs from this town predominantly so far.
So it sounds like this place is a big burden to you.
No, because it gives me coin. You've never run a business on your own, have you? Or been a part of a business before.
Oh, have you heard of the Taros?
I think I helped trade some of their cards, yes?
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just be pulling all of our stock from your trade. But thank you.
See that you do. They don't sell very well anyway.
Oh, I'm sure you're lying, but thank you.
Yeah, we also run a very successful business of general adventure.
What?
You're mercenaries then?
No. Because we don't really...
We don't mercy.
We don't do
anybody.
anything
We
good.
don't really finish any projects to start.
We take coin for general adventuring.
Let's see. So,
Tell me about these carts that you said.
yes, going back to the cards, they've been disappearing. The signs of them disappearing are maybe a wheel. There's a grove of trees, small forest just out of mine, and it seems like nothing really gets out of there. I don't really
How
have.
many cards?
So far, it's been 5, and they've been carrying some fairly valuable things. You can probably keep whatever you find, as well. And I'm talking gems that come out of the Wevin Mine
Did you not
and
increase...
silver.
Did you not increase the guard after the third cart?
Don't you think I did? Paid them more. They too vanished.
Have I heard of the Clover Trading Company before?
History.
Yes, you know them well.
Oh, why? Why is everything rolling like trash?
I think it's good to...
8.
You've been rolling 17s.
That's true.
It's still not enough.
It's not enough. No,
Sorry.
my good dice are rolling like trash.
What roll again?
It was a 5 plus 3 and 8.
8. You've heard of them, yes. You know that you know that you just remember one bit of a conversation that your parents had
Stupid
some
they are.
time ago, just to investigate what they trade, this company, to see if it would be viable to start offering these cards, these tarot cards to them. So just in passing conversation while your father was working one day, you recall this particular name.
Great.
Yeah, we do travel all over Vim, and we've really never had a problem. This has only really happened since the magic has come back, so we think magic has been involved with this.
How many employees do you have?
Hundreds all over Vim.
Do they have a uniform?
They dress similar to me, maybe a little bit more casual, but you have the grey clothing, cloaks, to keep warm. I provide them free of charge to those workers, and you also have that white flower sewn in to the breast.
Why not green?
Why not what?
Green. Why not green?
Is there snow clovers?
Green what?
Oh.
Cloaks?
No, for the clover, I was thinking green for the clover.
Ah, white. All white.
Not that it's grey anyway.
But thank you for your fashion suggestion.
I don't like him.
So these carts, say someone wanted to, I don't know, like stack a whole bunch of bodies in them, laying down on top of each other with weird bits
What?
of paper in between them. Would they be suitable for that?
What are you talking about?
I was just trying to match up to see if they're the same carts
I
that we
think what
found.
he's trying to ask is, are they caged carts or are they
They're carts. They look like carts that are all wooden. They are solid. They're well built. They house plentiful of drawers, cupboards, a small opening so you can walk in and there's a small bed there. It's quite a large cart, so the traveler can sleep.
I'm gonna
what's this
loudly
about a
yawn when he
cage?
says sleep?
Okay.
Okay, so it's not him.
Well,
If you're tired of hearing, and he looks directly at you, Luna. If you're tired of hearing about this, why are you continually asking your questions?
I've been stabbed in the stomach twice today, so
What?
I am tired.
He genuinely is shocked. What? Do you need to sit down?
No, because I am strong.
I can.
I fell from the sky also.
She got knocked up pretty bad.
I can give you something.
No, I would like your house actually.
Sorry. You know I can't do that.
It's okay, dwarf boy. What's your name actually?
Drugi.
Mr. Jurugi.
It's like Dougie, except weird.
And I'm not a dwarf boy.
Sorry, it's a slip of the tongue. You've been actually quite hospitable to our.
And I've invited you in to help you, which you've declined.
I don't want your
I've
help.
simply asked a simple request. I don't understand the animosity.
It's been a long day for us, and obviously Sid's just found out his family.
Of course. I apologize. I do not usually get heated, but
That's
I
fine.
understand
Completely random
this
people
is
here.
quite a shock for you, Joe.
Alright, this has actually been very confusing, and I'm surprised that I haven't gotten angry and, I don't know, like tried to take the house or anything like that.
Sorry, what? You'll find that I'm
I'm
more
not
than just a
going to.
trader.
I'm just surprised that I haven't. But you know what? I think you being grilled by Sunshine over here is probably punishment enough. So we'll leave you to it.
My name doesn't mean sunshine.
I know.
It kind of does.
No, it's Luna.
Yeah, but that's
Really, that's sort of
Just Sunshine
sunny
bouncing.
disposition that your name was Sunshine.
never mind.
Even though you're in my friend's home,
My home.
you've been quite hospitable. Tell me something. Could I ask? I could pay you, of course. Could you be able to identify something for me?
You just want me to do that?
I mean, if you can you?
Yeah, I really need to sleep though first before we.
Uh,
we could hurry up and have a sleep.
Oh, sorry, I
I can
forgot
do
that
that
Sid
for you.
he's so tired. He's he's done so
I
much.
didn't even know.
Can
day.
offer that service as a gesture of goodwill and a parting gift. Would you like me to?
We've got a couple little things.
A couple. Where does the favors end?
Well, welcome to your new home, where favors build trust
What?
and friendship.
We used to run a free identification shop out of here, so you might get this again at some point.
I'm sorry I can't repay this in kind. Anyway, what is it that you'd like me to identify?
I present a white quartz ring that feels icy, and a dagger that I know has lightning, but I don't officially know what it does.
Oh, and this as well, if you can. I'll hand over the amulet.
I already did that one. Yeah, but you really want to be just handing this shit out?
You probably shouldn't take.
Didn't
that
someone
off
pick
your
up an emerald dagger as well?
hand. Yeah, I have that.
All the magic is returned, and also you didn't tell me much other than it's great. But don't let that sway you.
Great and powerful amulet, huh?
Biased opinion.
So for these 4 items:
What for? What for?
dagger, ring, powerful necklace.
The
And what?
dagger.
Allegedly.
Lightning dagger.
No, I'm not giving my dagger. I'm not giving the emerald.
the
one.
emerald?
No. It's got my blood on it.
If you want these identified, I'd need some time. It's about an hour per.
Just want me to do this.
How quickly
Why
can you
not?
do it?
Give me that back.
Less than that.
Oh,
But after it's a little sleepy sleep.
Just be patient.
I would be a little bit more inclined to quicken this if perhaps a small gesture of coin were to be exchanged. I'm a trader after all. Maybe perhaps 20 gold pieces for the lot, and I can do this within minutes.
Absolutely not.
Counter offer. If you can get this done quickly, we will cease discussion with you and leave you to be.
Persuasion check.
do you want to get the contract?
It's not bad. I got a +6, guys.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's a 15. Still can't roll higher than a 10. But
I'll accept that.
Oh, jeez, were you really that bad?
I am very busy. It's not because you are rude or anything.
You look incredibly busy. Standing here talking to strangers.
I'm trying to be kind to someone who has lost their home. I'm sure you would not know what that feels like.
she's not very sensitive to the feelings of others around her.
I can be considerate when I want to be.
Brutal in combat, though. I wouldn't crush her.
I'll take your word for it. And he gathers those 3 items minus the emerald dagger, and he in turn holds this silvery dagger that has these small shoots of lightning that still encompass it. And as you are standing there looking around and still seeing that this snow does not budge, people walk through it, and as you see people walk past this home and walk through this snow that's still in the air, unmoving, it gets replaced by new snow simply appearing. It's almost a light white or pinky tone as well. Still not uncomfortably cold, still comfortable with that hugging wind. The first, he gives the dagger back to you. This is if you seem to attack someone with it or defend yourself, you can offer some extra plight upon the person who was attacked. Of lightning, surprise. A beautiful magical item. It will bestow more pain upon them. Perhaps even, in rare cases, bring them down. That could be in the form of a paralysis of sorts. Not very likely, but it could. The other, necklace and
My
the ring.
I see ring, yeah.
After he gives that back to you. Well, you combine the ring and the dagger. Someone wears the ring, another person attacks with a dagger. The ring offers protection, whereas the dagger offers more pain. The ring offers protection against, a little bit of protection against the cold. Yeah. The dagger, DC 10, and an extra 1d6 lightning damage on a fail. On top of normal damage. And his necklace, last but not least. Holds it in his hand, closes his eyes, opens them. You said it was magical. He looks down at it. I don't know what kind of powerful magic you were told, but perhaps you were swindled. Perhaps like me in this home.
You said it.
So I'm sorry, ma'am. This doesn't appear to have any properties at all. It's simply it's a fine necklace. It could probably fetch 300-400 gold pieces, and I'd be more than happy to take it off your hands, but it certainly does not have any magical effects.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure.
Oh, I didn't say I was doing guidance, so I won't. 17. Again.
17. Okay. Send you something.
That was not the Macca's theme song for legal purposes.
I didn't think it was until you said it was.
Thank you for laughing at me. Ma'am, you have been swindled. Why, but no swindle. Ever watched Dora the Explorer?
There you go.
How? When? How old were you?
7 days.
He hands it back to you, Velo.
I hesitate to say this, but I think he's telling the truth.
Good.
Just from his mind doesn't mean it's right.
That's good. Maybe,
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
I use this magical ability probably one of the first times since the magic's come back. I feel the urge to be able to understand items and what they can do. I seem to be able to now. Anyway, that's a gift I've been given, and I share it truthfully. So
My
I'm sorry.
favorite food is potatoes.
I think she's like a little bit delirious.
So what
Yeah,
I'm saying is
Too
that
Maybe I'll
cold
stop
outside?
thinking around and we should get you some sleep.
Is it a little cold outside? Do you need
no,
to come
I
in
mean
by
like
the
the
fire?
reason I'm saying that is, you know, you didn't ask, but I told you.
Thank you for your help.
Are you sure you don't want us to identify that dagger? I think maybe it's got some magical properties that if you get stabbed by it, you get
Can't you do it?
easily irritable and cranky at all those around you.
But Sid,
Maybe it's just a magical effect you're
you can
suffering
do
from.
it when you wake up.
Yeah, I can.
Maybe if we do,
I have lots and lots of powers.
that's awesome. Let's maybe go and sleep and we can discover those powers.
Yes, where's the nearest inn?
Or maybe we could go to the mine and look for my parents who wasn't maybe dead.
What about when there be guards and whatnot there?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, I'm actually with you on this one. I don't really want to
Okay, but if you die,
die down there.
it's forever's.
Yeah. No, well, not really for me.
Oh, that's right. Wait, why not?
So I got this sweet ring on. So if I die, you can wear the ring, and I can still chat with you.
Okay, but if we all die,
I
Then-
think that still counts as death.
means nothing.
That's
not
probably
really.
worse than death. Becoming the ring.
What, talking to you? Yeah. Ah. See, it's not just you. I do it to everyone.
I'm gonna yeet you into the forest after this necklace.
Great. Why don't we go and find an inn? They can do whatever they want.
Seriously, we should rest. Even if we.
It's been like a long time.
And what time of day is it?
Looking around,
It's late, surely.
early morning.
Yes. Should we go at night, like, when it's darker?
You can go. Go have a rest if you want.
Oh,
Shit to do.
I can go check it out. I don't suffer from the same tiredness of having to be able to,
What do you
use your
mean?
spells and things
We've
like that.
been awake for like 18 hours.
Yeah, I'm feeling all right. I'm full health. I got
That
my
doesn't mean
limbs.
you're not
I'm
tired.
young.
Okay, well, when you're exhausted, I'm not going to feel sorry.
No, it's just a little checky out. The mine's just over there.
Right. Well, okay. If we run up and your parents are like potentially in danger, I'll just have a little nap before we get into action.
Alright, you've successfully guilted my old bones into dying in this life. Let's go.
I'm like actually a little bit offended by that because I've been driving this entire let's get to your family's place for a really long time.
and we've been heading here for this reason.
Yeah, but we want to do it safely. I don't want you to die upon seeing your parents.
We just go check it out. You guys go take a short rest.
I need at least 8 hours.
Go have a little sleep. We'll go do some reconnaissance.
We can rest in the camp.
Did you not see how I handled the guy in my own house? I didn't even start a fight or nothing.
I'm glad you didn't.
I think I'm maturing.
No, I think you're just deliriously tired.
I think I'm becoming a mature, responsible adult.
Drugi, do you want to come with us?
I think I've overstayed my welcome in my own house. So
Yeah, you should move out.
I tell you what, before you head off, is there anything, if we come across these carts, is there anything important that, or something that we might see that we can bring back for you?
I must be honest with you. I'm quite frustrated with simply the fact that there's no answer. All you need to do is give me some sort of answer. If I have some information as to how and why, some legitimate reason, evidence is necessary, you will be rewarded.
As to why your cards are getting destroyed or missing?
Yes.
Because they've got valuable things on them and people want money. There you go, there's your answer.
But when I send out several guards and it still happens, something else is amiss.
You said there's a little forest, little grove outside
Yes.
of town, yeah?
Perhaps when you send the next card, when we're done with our business here, we could head out with it. Whatever it is, surely it will not mess with us.
How about this? You seem to be almost keen. Some sugar on top, shall we? There have been enough losses of mine to value this home. Find the source and take the house.
Fully furnished.
Unreasonable. These are my goods.
Okay, just leave it.
The furniture, not your actual
It is
goods.
my furniture.
Okay,
I'm
well,
leaving with it. You can have the home
it's
and the
ugly
deed.
anyway.
And then you say leave it for Sid.
Yeah, because look at him.
She has a point.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I will not part with my furniture. Of the land and the home.
What about half of it?
Persuasion check.
I would agree.
I don't even care. It's a nat one. But it's +8. So it's not.
Well, with that roll, no.
Why? Why, DM?
Alright, let's lead us onwards to this mine.
Oh, but seriously, I
You
think
said it's like we can see them on. Yeah.
It's as you look over, there's still probably about 5 blocks of homes. Though the town starts to curl downward towards the west, where you can see from your vantage point, probably for the first time because you've been so enamored by and distracted by what's happening around you, this excess of magic, that you finally see peaks, mountaintops, vast and plentiful. There is an entire mountain range stretching from the north
Hey, thanks, Saz.
to the south.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
From
Hey,
the-
24 months for episode 24.
Hey.
That's cute.
Yeah.
2 years, thank you.
Thank you. From the north to the south, these green-brown mountains. They are rough, ragged, and sharp, and uninviting looking, and they rise up higher and higher, and there are hundreds of these peaks. The Alanorian Mountains of the east, and you can see that the Wevin Mine sort of is the starting point. This vast pit of pathways, and that's sort of in a small valley that you can see that starts off and then goes into these mountains. And the distance is probably just under a kilometer away to the mine.
Seriously though, Luna, you might need a rest. We don't want you at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I know I'm being a dick, but I won't take
Sorry,
offense
did you
if
say that once more?
I know I'm being a dick. That's why I do it. But I won't take offense if you need to go and have a little sleepy.
yes, I think sleeping alone in a town that I'm unfamiliar with is very safe.
How about this?
I will come and sleep.
Hmm.
And then later
And
on.
then that way you'll be fresh to come and save us when we inevitably doff
Oh,
this.
absolutely. We're gonna have to come and rescue.
How about this? If we're going to enter into employment, would you spare a bed or two?
I don't really want to sleep in this man's home.
At least you know him now.
No, I don't at all.
That would be a no, it seems. But yes, I would have.
That's kind of you think.
Yeah, this has been like the friendliest guy we've met in a while, and
We should knock on
you
doors.
want to make friends, don't you?
Let's go. Oh wait, it is technically a new day. I'm gonna draw a card, and it will probably tell you that you're both headed to a very, very bad fate. But that's fine.
Do you think it'll be the mistress?
Maybe.
Probably not. I reckon that's gonna be a good one.
Every time we walk away, it's the good one.
It was a good one yesterday, or in this in the last time I pulled it when we all got stabbed in the stomach and shit. It was a good card. Like it was.
Great day.
I maintain we had a good day.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm gonna hold it to my chest and be like.
What is
Inside.
it? You gonna tell us?
I bet you it's a good one. That's why she's not telling us.
Let's go.
Luna, you gotta tell us. What?
What if we walk into danger that you could have warned us about?
It was the danger cave card.
Good thing it's a mine and not a cave.
That's true. Good for you. Let's
Oh,
go.
The local inn's called the Cave.
Alright, where is the cave? I mean the local inn.
Can I tell them about whatever the best place to stay is?
I mean, you know one particularly good one where you are
they've
most familiar.
If they've got bedding.
They do?
It's a bit of a dive bar called the Lion's Den.
Is there a nice bar called the Nice Place?
Oh, well, I don't, maybe it's a fucking mansion these days. Like, this place. And
Alright,
it's not the place I remember.
let's go.
Might see a good show there.
What? Oh, you okay, fella? Cold getting to you.
You sneezed and you forgot.
I'm fine, stop all looking at me. Every time I sneeze, I have to be concerned.
Well, we do have bets on your death pool.
Yes, well.
It's just your nostrils.
You wanna get in on
up there?
It's like 11 days now.
How long do you think you got?
Yeah, I put $1 million gold on living forever.
Yeah,
Do you have $1 million gold?
she doesn't. Hey, let's go now. Come on.
Alright.
I'll point in the direction to the Lion's Den.
All right.
Drugi, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Are you still in?
Yep. Unfortunately,
Well,
it has
Might
been
come back for information.
something. Have a good day. Keep my offer in your mind, and enjoy the village. And he closes the door behind him.
Tough break about your house. That sucks.
It's a lot nicer than it used to be.
Yeah, but it's not yours anymore.
It's never really mine.
So yeah, explain how that worked. The Rotterdam were renting out the houses or leasing them. That's a bit shit to have it sold out from underneath you.
Mm.
That's what it sounds like.
Unless your brother sold it to someone else.
The conversation made it believe that the Rotherheim clan were acting sort of as a real estate agent. The house was an owned house by Sid's parents, and then was bought by
It's just its parents would sold it.
Essentially, that is what has been said.
Nolan's.
What has been said?
Why would you sell your home to go sleep in a mine? That sounds like horrible.
You got a verbal?
Yeah, there's something in my whiskers.
That's my point. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
If
something
your
is
brother
shit.
had a shit relationship with you and bought into the Rotherheims, he might be living elsewhere while your parents are in the mines.
I think we should.
Why are you smiling when you say that?
I'm not smiling.
Go to bed.
Have you? have you?
What the absolute?
Have you considered that the people at the mines are holding your parents hostage? When they see you, they'll stab your face.
Also a
I'll stab
possibility.
them back.
Yes, my boy's got my back.
Okay, well,
Look,
Well,
the way,
we'll
things,
survive.
the way things
And then we
work
can go
here
look for your daughter.
is that the mine put out those posters that you saw me rip down back in Old Recce. They brought people in with the promise of wealth and a property comes with
See?
the
His
thing.
brother
But
bought in.
they underpay you, essentially hold you as a slave, and force crippling debt on you that the house is still their house that you're paying off with your wage. Except the wage constantly gets garnished.
And if his brother bought into that and got in with the Rotherheims, he may have made money off of it, therefore leaving his parents broke. Well, he's rich
Hey, let's
and
not
him
snap
with
the
the
Nolan
Rotherheims.
being a part.
They don't have a thing.
Well,
She's just upset that her parents slave trade and murder people and shove them in carts.
not
She's taking
making
it
this
out
a
of me.
competition. It's not what's
I am
going on.
Very competitive.
Okay, let's go to bed. Good night.
all right.
Bye.
Thank
All
you.
right.
When we find you, make sure you to tell us if we need to kill them.
Could you leave like a little bit of food out if we come back?
No.
Just a little bit. Like a chicken wing or something.
My choice not to do that is not malicious. I'm just not going.
It's not malicious either. It's just that we'll probably rent the room to sleep in and then
We'll just give
leave.
up. And I'm just gonna take some rations out and be like, just make sure you look after Horsey then. I don't think she's eating.
Why
food
don't you
yet.
guys take the cart and the horses?
I think where we'd be
Guys.
going would be better suited for you guys to take.
When the miners beat them to death, we can revive these two with the horses.
Has anyone ever tried to revive a horse?
Oh my gosh, can we please go? What is going on?
All right, let's go.
Alright, thanks, Luna.
Sheesh.
See you, Velo.
Be safe, don't die.
I
Don't
can't
fall from
guarantee
the
that.
sky.
And as you both part
Jeez.
ways for now, the last thing you see is a curtain from the inside of Sid's old home, slightly open, and the beady eye looking through. As until only a moment before you were still right outside his home, chatting. As you
Wow, what did you guys do this session? Well, we had a debate outside someone's house while they watched.
Luna and Velo, you take the cart. You are taking the cart.
Yeah.
And the chicken.
Yep.
What?
And you
Oh, we could leave a chicken wing out, I say, as we walk away with it.
knew that would happen. You follow Sid's instruction and direction. And as you go through a couple of side streets, you see the same visage around you, that singing, that snow, the animals that simply look at you as you walk past and then just trot away. You notice the children that seem to be using a familiar spell that you're used to, prestidigitation, to
Prestige.
yell, to make sparkles in the sky. You can see that there is a small crowd in some of these small plazas that people are dancing, singing, just using the magic they've been given back to the extreme, or whatever the extreme to them would look like, without being in danger. And you find yourselves in a small side street off the main road. Still clean, but simple. Varnished wood, thatched roofs, small homes, and a very, very wide inn that has this actual lion's mane that's just the mane of and the head, apologies. It almost looks too real. But then you have it take a closer look and you see that it is not actually from a lion, but it is 3 or 4 times the size. And you can see its glorious stitched to perfection, with silks, cottons all together, furs, other furs, but coloured. And it's hanging over the side street, making almost a roof over the top of this portion of the street. Open more. And you can see a small sign hanging from the neck, the lion's den. And you hear from inside, 100 gold, 100 gold. But, miss it. You better miss it this time. Ah, and you hear this groan from inside.
Very loud.
I look up into the mouth of the lion and go, this is probably what a mouse feels like. Look,
To the lion specifically, or just to
to all predators
like
and
a
mice.
giant bird that flies in the sky?
No, they don't see me coming.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
How sure are you?
So,
Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
that's it.
Huh.
Alright. Well, let's go see what debauchery is happening here.
As you walk inside, you see, just as before you walk in, this drow woman, simple dressed, a light purple gown almost, a little bit sort of dirty on the at the heels, a very long dress right to the ground. You can see a little bit of that dirt from the ground stain the bottom of the dress. She comes over before you enter, almost putting her hand in front of the door, this saloon-looking double door that goes inside, that swings inward. Excuse me. I'm from the Lion's Den. Would you like me to take care for the horses and while you stay? Are you staying?
That's very kind of you. Yeah.
In which case, bear to tell the innkeeper, and he will just put the extra charge on your bill.
How
if you
much
want.
is it?
For a night, it's a silver piece to care for the horses and cattle.
Okay. Well,
Any other animals you have? And goods will be
just
kept.
Valo. Grace.
Wouldn't consider this being an animal.
She's talking about this, and I hold up the chicken
How are you holding up the chicken?
with my 2 hands.
Just like
Just
you're not also holding it by the scuff of its neck or
No.
anything. Okay.
Hold it with 2.
All right.
Ah!
There. We can take care of. Yes, we can take care of the chicken. Is it being? Are you going to use it for a meal or?
Oh.
No, it's precious to us. I should probably hang on to it.
Okay. Well, the silver piece stands.
How much for a room?
The rooms are 2 silver pieces per night.
Oh,
per room.
thank you for shouting, Valo. That's so kind.
Yeah, sure.
To whom shall I make this name of the owners of the car?
Grace.
You said fellow.
No, Valo's the chicken.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, Grace. And yours?
Luna.
Well, whenever you need, just pay the innkeeper as well as the room, and then we will see to it that they are kept safe. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Hey, do you know Sid? Degenerate?
Is a name spoken?
Like the full name or the name?
This and that.
Do you know the family? He's a friend of ours.
Have you seen Sid?
Yeah.
Is he well?
Yeah, he's good.
Not really. He's kind of tapped in the head, but
In what way?
What's his brother like?
it's odd. It's generally odd.
Oh, I found him endearing, actually.
He's got
It
a
has been some time since we've seen each other.
invisible friend called Rick.
He's taken multiple blows to the head.
Possibly why the invisible friend?
Oh no, you can see him.
His face probably isn't what you remember.
That's a shame. He had
Also,
a
though-
fair face.
Nolan. Do you know much of Nolan?
Yes, it's the family.
What's he like?
He's a solid fellow. I haven't heard from him for a little while. He used to frequent the Lion's Den, but with
What's his
Sid.
relationship like with the Roll Time?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Is there something wrong?
Oh, it's just that Sid's house got sold.
I heard
What?
it was a shame, but
Nolan did the talking, and I just find that a little bit sus.
growing up, Nolan has been loyal.
Okay. It's just that, like, his dad's not dead.
No, of course.
Yeah, so why is the brother doing the talking?
Well, the father, I'm not sure if you are aware, but
I'm aware he's unwell, but being unwell doesn't mean you can't speak.
I would imagine a father puts trust in his children to make decisions on their behalf if their own mind might be addled. I don't know too much. This is only conjecture.
Could you find out?
I'm sorry.
What if we paid you
Well,
to do some investigating?
I could. What are we talking?
What do you mean?
Well, coin. A coin. Are you trading something? What do you have to offer?
Yes, how much are you going to pay for this?
Well, Grace is quite wealthy.
She just effectively looks at you.
Yes. Here's a lesson for you for free. In order to maintain your wealth, don't give it out.
I'll keep that in mind when I'm paying
Why?
for all of the
Yes.
hotel rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
Though wise, that does not answer my question. I, in a past life, have been known to gain information,
A past life.
figuratively speaking.
Oh, right. I got really scared.
I was able to gather information quite easily. What do you have to offer? And I will find out what you need to know.
What do you need? Is there anything you're missing?
I could do with more coin. I could, if you have spare gift.
You said that you found Sid endearing.
A friend, nothing romantic. Simply a good friend.
What if that friendship developed?
Nah.
You've said his mind being addled. I wouldn't.
Have you seen how old his pigeon is?
What does that have to do with Sid?
Mine.
No.
She's very aged.
No.
Are you
decrepit
caring for
almost.
her?
Yeah. And look at all of her missing feathers. How can you trust anything that comes from this world?
She has quite a lot of makeup on.
Yes,
Well,
because I'm old and look like shit,
Yeah,
but my eyes still
Trying
work.
to
So you're saying you're
Contain
speaking
her
the truth?
youth.
Yes. What about Sid being tapped and
Yes.
cooked?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
No,
Well, since
She's just tired. It's
I'm,
fine.
I'm
Well, how would
sorry.
you describe it?
Strong.
I'm sorry.
I
Until,
didn't say he wasn't strong. I said he was.
A drow.
until you come to an agreement
Drowsy.
here, I feel you're not ready to offer anything that I may.
I'm
find
just saying,
useful.
like, there are some things more valuable than objects and gifts and money. That's companionship.
In certain situations, yes, I am.
Sid is an inanimate object.
What's going on?
Can we go to bed, please?
Anyway, you just think about that. We'll have a room now. Thanks. Pay the nice lady.
I pay the nice lady.
All right, you give her no. She says to pay the innkeeper and tell him or her that you're also
Could you pay on our behalf, please?
no.
Then here's the silver piece for having to listen.
Take that off. If you think about it and you would like to accept my offer, I will ask for 10 gold pieces and I will find out what you know.
That's a lot of gold pieces.
Well, you haven't been to the Wevin Mine, which
Oh, well, we're gonna go there tomorrow.
I would advise not.
Why? Why? What's that?
Certain death, we told them.
Not certain death.
I
You're
feel
right.
like
It
death
might be a
is
bit
correct.
No, but the mine has been somewhat emptied.
Isn't there people staying in there though?
There are only the necessary.
Isn't that super unsafe?
At the moment, it is deemed to be unsafe.
See, it's not super unsafe.
I'm gonna like hold out my hand and
It's just regular unsafe. They'll be fine. Well, time to sleep now. Uninterrupted for 8 solid hours.
Okay, well, if you... Actually, we'll just tell the innkeeper. We'll find someone sneaky. Thank you for your offer of services for an exorbitant price. Let's go.
Under her breath, she shakes her head and says, "Exorbitant? I have no idea." And she takes the horses and the camels.
Look after Marjorie.
As you walk in, and you see a crowd of people in a large square room, beautifully furnished, lovely wooden floors, couches, just beautiful sofas of leather, just adorning the outside of this all but one corner of this room. The smells coming from here are rich, of gravies, sauces, cheeses, sort of a Mediterranean dish, olive oils, olives, things like that. Very delicate, decadent sort of meal, and that's been passed around as canapes on beautiful silver platters. And you can see that these waiters, these people well dressed, are not walking, but ever so slightly floating just above the ground in a beautiful scene of, and you can see though that they are moving forward with their feet, but they're just sort of gliding just above the ground eloquently. And you can see that
She eloquent.
the spectacle that is this bet that's been going on with this crowd of people that are just lounging on these sofas, feet up, with wines and meads and amazing smelling other drinks all around them on small tables. They're looking at a line of people, and this line of people is waiting for this person in front that has a saber, and the saber is trying to hit. Sorry, apologies. Trying to miss this. Like it looks like a large violin, and the violin is perfect in its stature. It's sort of facing downward. It's on a pedestal, and it's hanging down with a little bit of rope. As this person aims with this saber towards this violin and tries to stab it, it ever so slightly misses and just hits thin air right next to it. And you hear this audible "ah," and you see this person, this human, just roll his eyes and just angrily, "I could have had that," and takes out a big bag of coin and puts it onto a table that's in the center of the room, and takes a bit of a glass of wine and just chugs it down in one go, picking up this bag of coin and pocketing it into a shoulder bag is a tall tiefling. This tiefling that has a wicked looking short horn that comes out of beautiful long purple hair, with a golden a gold robe and a golden cape as well. This figure dominates the room just with his presence. These sparkling purple eyes that are sunken on reddish black skin looks slyly towards that bag of coin and swiftly picks it up and pockets it. "Anyone else wants to try and destroy my violin? Worth 1,001 gold pieces. I will give you the remaining of what I own if you were to simply hit it. You can use any weapon. Use your fist. Take it. Try and even take it. This thing is untouchable. Have at it." And another person gets what looks to be this throwing dagger. This next person in line throws it and throws another one and another one, and each one, boom, 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 boom. He aims for another, his very last throwing dagger. He aims for a good 10 seconds, and it barely, as though a wind has just picked it up, it hits the back of the wall, just above one of the waiters' heads, who looks up and gives a bit of a gruff laugh, and everyone just groans. And he brings out another. This next person brings out another bag, puts it on the table in disgust, picks up a mead, and just starts to chew it up.
You gonna try?
Burps, and just sits back down.
What are the rules?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking the fellow. I walk right up and say, "How much do I have to wager that I can beat that violin?
How much you want to wager?
What are the rules?"
No rules. You go up to it, you can touch it, try. 100 gold pieces. If you choose not, if you can't pick it up or destroy it, the aim is to destroy it. But if you can't, 100 gold to me. If you can, and you do, you can take everything.
Yeah, you should try.
Everything that I've collected so far. I dare you. You can even use magic.
What if she wagers it and she doesn't have the money?
Well then you must give up a piece of yourself.
Yeah, I've got a lot left.
And that toe's already half hanging off, isn't it?
Yeah,
She's just really old.
I'm not saying physically, that is abhorrent. I'm saying you must entertain. What?
Good chat.
Give us a song. Give us a piece of your emotion. And I will bottle
Do
it.
that.
bottle it.
That's correct.
All right, now I need to rest.
Well, you do that.
If you're
The
still
offer's
here
open.
tomorrow,
Oh, I will be. The offer currently sits at 12,600 gold pieces. That is what I've collected because no
I
one
think you should do it.
has yet been successful.
need all of my power to do this.
I don't think you will.
No, I will. If you're still here tomorrow night, also we'll need to take it outside.
You can try.
You'll need to take it outside.
I cannot.
So
I
what?
can't even touch it myself.
So what, it just sits here.
I used to. I used to play it. Was a fine instrument. But since the magic's come back, something has caused it almost not to exist. It's not like something goes through it. You just can't touch it. Anyway, think on it, sleep on it. I don't care. These fools are trying, and I'm just gaining gold.
While he's giving that speech, I'm gonna try and stealthily cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
Make a stealth check. Or sleight of hand, sorry.
Not too tired to
Oh my
gosh.
Is that? Hold on, wait. I'll see the dots on this. No, okay. No, it's an 8.
Okay.
Terrible stealth.
Go to sleep.
He looks over towards you immediately. You are half starting to cast it, and he just looks over and gives you
Still
a bit of
gonna cast it.
a sly smile. He sort of wisps his hair over. I think that is a good idea. Go for it.
Well, I did already.
And as you cast it, he simply notices, as you cast it, it's odd.
Oh, no.
It feels weird.
Okay.
You feel nauseous because it almost knocks you off your feet, that nauseous feeling. It could be just that you're very tired and sore and wounded, but there was a mix, a cacophony of sound that reached you of magic. Every single school of magic is entwined within this thing, sending back some sort of beat, like a whoof,
Yeah.
quick and strong.
Right.
Every school of magic. And also because you cast Detect Magic and it's an area effect, the necklace glows brightly.
Cool. What type of magic
This one,
for the necklace?
bird magic. Conjuration.
Is it the same as what I
Abjuration.
read last time?
Sid and Hood, as you continue your path, you walk for about 20 minutes. Did you want to do anything on the way? If you pass by the same scene as I've described, same snow that doesn't move, that same frigidity, that same cold that you should expect to feel as you're walking through, but that warmth air protecting you. The animals, they don't abate. The
There's all these
sky
random animals.
foggy.
There's all these random animals that are.
Turtles. There's rats. There are birds. There are birds that are perched on the rooftops. Birds like a hawk, and then a pigeon, and then a dove, a parakeet. The prey of these hawks and these eagles that seem to want to attack each other.
What's with all the animals in your town? Was this like this before?
It was definitely not like this before, was it?
Mm-hmm.
No, half the stuff here wasn't
No,
like it is now.
you'd probably find maybe a dog and a cat as pets, maybe half a dozen, but that's it.
Maybe I should let Bossy run around with these animals for a bit.
Yeah.
Make some friends or something, maybe.
I think she's lonely.
I don't know. I know Luna doesn't really appreciate her.
She doesn't seem to appreciate much lately.
Yeah. Is there anything that I should need to know about this mine? Is it something that we should push us off entering, or can you just show up at the front door?
Well, I haven't really been down there much, but it's like it's an enclosed space, so all the rock getting broken in there when they mine the silver, it sort of creates a fine dust. So most of the people who've been working in there long enough end up with pretty bad lungs, start coughing up blood. Usually don't live as long as they should.
That's horrible. Haven't your parents been working in the mine this whole time?
I think maybe that's why dear old dad's not doing too well.
Yeah, right. I would imagine so. So why sell up the house and move into the mine?
Things are weird here at the moment, so I guess we'll hopefully find out soon. But I would wager a bet that it's some fuckery from the Brotherheims. Maybe the mine's not making money for what it used to be used for. They said it's weird down there at the moment.
Maybe we should keep an eye out for Luna's home crest as well. It was a bit unusual that it was on that cage. Hopefully just a coincidence or an unfortunate event, but it might be worthwhile. Any intelligence is good intelligence.
There's no smoke without fire, so I'd find something. But speaking of Luna, though,
Yeah.
I've been prodding her pretty hard the last day,
Well, look, I mean,
thinking I should probably maybe try to do something nice for her.
I'm sure she would be appreciative of it. Perhaps save it for the morning when she's feeling a little bit better. I did notice she was a little bit crappy. Understandably. She was stabbed twice. I swear I saw her neck turn around like 360 degrees. It's just disgusting. I'm surprised how good she looks at the moment. She's doing quite well.
Do you think it's disgusting when Valley does? I think she was just imitating the people that she looks up to.
Good Luna?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's like, oh, Valley could do it, I can.
Something tells me about the great fall that she took may have not been a part of that.
What do you think she would like?
I don't know, she's into tarot cards. Maybe some like crystals. We're going to a mine. Put it out into the moon and like charge it up, you know, get the good vibration going through it.
She can use it to do a reading.
Yeah, you know, like what the scrying is.
You know what? Maybe that'll be my gift to her. I'll do a reading, and I will hold back the urge to make fun of it.
I mean, that could be kind of sweet. I mean, you got the magic things. You could make it like look cooler than I could.
Yeah. Zhuzh it up a bit.
Yeah. The little sparkly voice that you were giving off from me.
And as the discussion continues, you find yourselves walking just naturally towards the closest opening in this mine. You've started to make your way down one of the pathways. As you do, as you look down and you start to get closer to one of these entrances, you start to see dwarves, humans, and drow, and some tieflings, a centaur or two, wearing this emblem and uniform of the Rotherheim clan. The Rotherheim clan is the symbol that you're familiar with, and in sort of a light sort of green and white sort of uniform with a bit of grey accents as well. Armor, spears, some short swords, all sheathed and on backs, some shields. There are helmets. They're very well armed and armored, as you're used to seeing. They look like soldiers, but maybe not very well trained soldiers, more bodyguards, maybe some thugs, ruffians that you are used to seeing. They, as you pass them, they don't notice your presence. They just walk right past. Don't say anything to you. Don't even make eye contact until you get to the entrance, where there are three of these beings, 2 human and a dwarf, just standing, looking outward, watching your approach. But they don't talk to you until you get right up to the front, where the human says, and he looks like he's wearing this, or he has this curly black hair, black thick moustache, short beard. Welcome. Your business.
Just heading home, apparently.
Heading home. This isn't home. There's work here to be had. You're here to work.
Sure.
Very well. You get paid a gold piece a day, and realistically, all you have to do is, well, I don't know whether you haven't been here ever, have you? Have you heard about what's new?
No.
Oh, the mine mines itself now. All we have to do is collect what's there. But you have to be quick.
Insight with that little cheeky smile.
All right. Go.
Is it the DM
Terrible.
or
3.
the character?
He's
you
hiding
don't
something.
trust?
But you just don't know what.
What you hiding from me, boy?
And you want to make an intimidation for that, or?
That came out so quick.
You want to intimidate for that, or?
Yeah, sure.
Go
Do you
for
even
it.
have to?
That was so
I
good.
was a little bit intimidated.
2 plus something, but shit.
Well, here's why it's a gold a day and not a silver that it was. The silver mine has uncovered more. There are gems that we've discovered here. Thankfully, your name will be put into a book. You'll be required in a roll call to be present and ready to work at the crack of dawn each morning. And you'll be contracted for 6 months. And you do look like quite burly people.
Get
If
wrecked.
you do not turn up for your shifts, you do not get a gold a day and any excess that you find as well, which is also yours. The problem is you have to catch it. See, the thing with magic is it's being a little bit weird. The mind minds itself. That is true to every word. What's happening is the silver is being threaded out of the very rock. And it shimmers right in front of you. But it's quick, like quicksilver. And it's dangerous
Like the
as well.
surfbread.
The gems, sharp, uncut, unpolished. Some of them very sharp. And they whiz about. There are some spaces in the mine that are free, and these gems and silver seem to simply want to stay in the mine. Sometimes they go back into the wall, sometimes they stay out. Collect as much as you can, and 10 ounces of silver is what's required by the Rotherhome. You keep the rest. And then 20 gems of any sort. That's just a bonus. You keep any other gems you catch after that. Put it into the buckets that are available to you. You're watched. You're watched well, so you don't take any more. And then, if you do well, you yourself can be rich. Deal?
Say someone didn't want to go through all that nonsense
I'm sorry.
and just
You're talking to the wrong person then. If you do not want to work, I would see that you be off, please.
oh, maybe you don't want to work. Maybe you could take a little break for a bit. Point me in the direction of where the workers sleep. Maybe a couple of gems come your way.
Hmm.
And I'll pull out one of the rubies that the dwarf in the last pub gave me.
Okay?
Look it up.
He gives it a little bit of an appraisal. Make it a persuasion check. Advantage because you're offering quite a nice ruby.
Is it an advantage because you're pitying me and my shitty rolls?
No, because you are actually offering something instead of just suggesting it.
25.
25.
Wow.
You give me that ruby now, and I will tell you every name and how often they sleep. We don't get rubies here. That's a new one. I'll sell that for more than I'll make in a year, probably.
Didn't the ruby come from this mine?
Are you asking DM or?
Yeah, I'm sorry, asking you.
You heard it does. Yes, you heard it did.
Well, all I need is to arrange a little meeting with Oren, Alita, and Nolan if he's in there.
At that point, you see the other guards sort of start to put their hand just resting on their swords in their scabbards. This human looks like those dwarves are doing that. The human looks to you a little bit more intently. And what would these names mean to you?
I'm going to put
Up
my
north.
hand on my sword as well if I've seen this.
He does glance down at it and back to you, Sid.
I'll slowly move my hand to my side and pull out the second ruby that thing gave me. Nothing. I'll flip the ruby to him.
He catches it, looks at it for a moment. One hour. If you're not out by then, we'll both die. You go into this cave, you continue following it. Continue following it for 15 minutes. It'll take you to a T-junction. Take a right. Keep following that.
You probably write this down, eh?
Keep following that until you come to a large room with 3 doors. Take the one in the front, the one ahead of you. In that room, it'll take you down some stairs. It's a big mine. Lots and lots of stairs. Torches will guide the way. From there will be signs. In between then and here, I'd watch out. Because the stone is alive. It'll chase you down.
Something you need heal for.
Yeah. Wow. You're two
Yeah,
healers.
Okay, I've got bandages.
Do you reckon this guy's on the level?
Persuasion. That's my inside check.
Go for it.
16. 17.
17?
Yeah.
He looks too amused to be lying. He looks like he's and you'd see a little bit of concern, as though he's ringing true when he gave that promise about that 1 hour time frame. So far so good.
I can sense some amusement into your voice there.
Oh, I'm just saying, if you're not quick enough, it will catch you, because it likes to be left alone. And
Why are there
not
people
caught.
hiding behind or being sheltered in a place that's dangerous with insight?
We need hands to capture these things, and we fear that if these rocks and things are not kept under constant observation, they'll make their way out here. That's a threat to the town.
So brave of you.
We guard here so that they don't come forth. They haven't yet, weirdly, but we're just keeping an eye.
And what of the miners that might happen upon an accident?
Well, so far nothing has. So we hope it just stays that way. And if something should befall, it won't be any worse than an accident that happens in mines all the time. We do take that hit every now and again, unfortunately.
Well, I'm glad you three brave men are the last resort.
Ah, well, you could call us the first line of defense of the town, could you not?
Perhaps.
Anyway, 1 hour.
Does this 1 hour need to happen right now? Can we come back later on?
You can come back, of course.
This is up to you, Sid.
As much as I would love to do this, I might have to take the hit. It's a Luna that we probably should do it after a sleep.
If that's Luna, not Valo.
Again, this decision is up to you.
It's okay.
I'm happy to go in either way.
Whoa. And you're egging me on.
Do what you feel is right.
What is right?
Apparently, no accidents have happened. Though. Can I inside check that again?
Yeah, is there a sign near the entrance saying, like, how many days since the last time?
0.5.
You hear the ding, and he just changes the number to 0 days.
Jeez.
What was the insight there?
That was the one. 12.
Yeah, that one's a little harder to ascertain.
He said that there hasn't been any accidents since, well, ever, so assumingly they'll be there tomorrow.
You're going to be on guard here for a while? I'm not going to rock up, there's going to be some other bozo standing here. Knows nothing about this little deal.
Unfortunately, the Rotherheim clan has me here. And, well, I think they trust me because so far I've not let anything pass by. So no. Unfortunately, I will be here. I'll see you again.
You're going to have to pinky promise.
Sorry?
Got to do this thing.
I'm not touching that.
No, you won't.
I'm not touching that. How about we just take my word for it? I don't really do anything else. I simply get good money from this, and we'll see you then, whenever you come back.
I get both.
Both already.
My boy will slit your throat in your sleep if you mess with us.
I'm sure you're very capable. I will
am.
be here. Very well. And the Rotherheim clan does not take kindly to threats, mind you, but I'll let that slide with the plan that you provided.
Just make sure what happens, happens. There won't be any trouble.
You'll see to it that you do get through here, but 1 hour is the time frame.
How long is the walk down the tunnel? We seem to know it pretty well.
25 minutes.
It's 25 minutes down, 25 minutes back. That gives us 10 minutes.
Plenty of conversation. And it's at that point that if you're not caught already or dead because of these flying things around, then you'll have enough time. Oh, by the way, you'll also need to, if you don't have these, and he just hovers what looks to be a small-looking ticket or a badge of sorts. It's just a paper thing, a paper thin-looking piece of metal, and it has a Rotherheim emblem on it. And he sort of pockets it again and says, "I can give you these. These will have the guards look the other way."
Can I roll a perception check to get a good look at that as he flips it out?
Yep, sure.
16.
Yeah, looking at it, it is just a thin piece of metal. It has little jagged edges on the front and the back of it. It looks like there was something sort of. It looked laser etched in comparison in the back, just behind on the other side of the Rotherheim clan. Embossed, sorry, something like it looked embossed in the back. You couldn't clearly see what that wording was, but you see the Rotherheim clan emblem straight away. Small ticket, only about an inch wide.
What have we done here?
For now. And start walking back towards the inn. But when we get a few meters away from the guards, what's wrong with my pinky?
I think your pinky's fine. Do you want me to touch it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll touch it.
Hey.
Yeah.
As you start to make your way back
Yeah,
from
that's off.
the mine, as you start to make your way back from the mine, I saw the chat. You you look up and you see the pathway leading back up, and you start to head back toward the lion's den inn. And as you do, you both pay the 2 silver coin for the evening. You get 1 room for that, and in that room you sleep.
I'm gonna eat before I sleep.
No problem.
Offer you a good berry.
And that is when we'll take our 10-minute break as well. Nice. Excellent. Hey, thanks so much for saying hi and stopping by. Continue to wait while we be right back soon.
Hey, thanks for being here. Now, if you could
Now
kindly
stay.
wait 10 minutes.
Hey, you can also see some amazing highlights from our previous campaign and some of this one. No, the
Yeah.
previous. Oh, yeah. In that 10 minutes. So stick
haven't
around,
watched it?
enjoy. Yeah, I just forgot. I've got a lot on my mind. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Wow.
We're going to take the quickest 10-minute break.
Oh!
that-
I'll actually laugh.
Welcome back, everybody.
Jeez.
Welcome back. Thank you very much for hanging around. Hope you liked some of our highlights. Let's head right back in. So, as Sid and Foot, you arrive at the lion's den and you hear the same raucous laughter. And
Raucous?
yeah,
Raucous and Rollus.
those sort of Roman brothers.
What?
You two are sleeping soundly.
Yeah, shut up.
And even
I would like to say that our door is absolutely locked.
yes,
Yes.
And I'm going to go as far as if there is a chair in the room,
Yep.
I would like to try and leverage it under the door handle so that.
sounds good.
Paranoid?
Yeah. I've
Okay.
been stabbed twice in the stomach and fallen from the sky.
Even though you two are not directly talking to each other, I do have this feeling that Luna has reinforced this door to a point where you probably couldn't even unlock it, and it's quite jammed in there.
Sounds like a
Want
challenge.
to bet?
Put my hand underneath the door.
Oh goodness! You do
Someone
come
will
in
notice me.
and you see the same scene, a lineup of people who are just failing at even hitting this large, beautiful violin. You don't see where the usual horsehair. I don't even remember. But
A bow.
a bow. It's a
What
bow.
was that
Thank
movie?
you. That's right. It's the bow. You don't know where the bow is. It's not even off to the side, but the violin stands untouched, and you can see the same beautiful floor, the sofas, the entertainment is simply a matter of people just failing and just laughter everywhere at failing at even you can see a person walking up to this violin and trying to put his hand on it, and the hand just goes to the side. And it's just ridiculous that these people can't touch this violin.
How's
And the
thing moving
same,
around? It's just like you come close to it and it just shifts.
and the hand moves. And in the middle of this room, around in the middle of waiters that are moving around and floating on air, and that warmth inside, Sid, you recognize Sugar
What?
What?
This looks like a bit of a laugh. Oh,
What's this? The violin?
maybe go to the.
Is this like those stones things that the guys are talking about?
No, it's a violin.
No, but like maybe the strings are made of silver or something.
Violins aren't stones.
What? No, like the chords? Aren't they made of some kind of metal?
A cat's gut.
Oh, okay. What? Probably. But pretty useful things.
Hey kid,
Maybe you should go have a go.
All right.
and you hear that voice familiar, almost expecting you from the middle of the room as this tiefling looks around to you. Always a very slight eyes open, eyes wider. Hey kid,
Alright, mate. What's this thing? What's going on here?
this is an anomaly. Give it a go. You can be first in line. The first attempt's on me.
I'm just gonna try to pick it up.
All right. As you start to move towards it, you see that you're only a meter out. You're going towards it, and you immediately see three of them, side by side, looking exactly the same. No one is different. And then you see, as you go a little bit closer, 10 of them, all sort of one above the other, side by side. And then you're just about to touch the one you think, 20 of them.
Can I invoke Rick to come in?
You can.
Try to get both of us to like touch as many as possible. Try to see where he is.
Okay.
Put my arms through 10, and he puts his arms through 10.
All right. Can you do me a favor and roll me a percentile die, please?
Alright.
Percentile.
It's essential. That is a 69.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. You hear this. You hear this tiefling say as you just both hug in midair. As you pull yourself away to see how far away you were, inches. Not even. Barely missed it.
Just the violin.
You watch as Sid just tries to move Rick's out, and side by side, and Rick goes around the other side, and they just try and touch it and hug them. This one, and they just miss.
Do I see all of the violins or
No.
just the one?
You just see one, and they just can't get to it. You're a fair bit further away, though. You're probably another 20 feet away.
What are you doing, Sid?
You hear this,
Try to grab
"Ah, another one!" You hear the crowd start to roar, and you see, you hear this chant start to arise. Give him gold. Give him gold. And you see this tiefling call himself or is known as Sugarman to you, just hush the crowd a little bit, and you can see everyone start to just go silent and look. Says, no.
don't know, if the crowd wants you to have some gold, you should have some gold. And I'll pull out the loot and try to bust a sweet, sweet, fast-paced song.
Okay. Performance check.
16.
A 16. What are you singing about?
Not singing, just
We're just playing.
thrashing around on the loot.
Okay. As you just
Thrash in the loot.
you just strum away, and at that fast pace, you see the crowd just start to get into it, start to hey, just start try and keep up with the tune. And it's a fairly good tune. You see a couple of people just get up and start to dance with each other. Some all manner of different beings, dwarves, humans, some elves, and a couple of drow, and they just start to dance in a small, sort of compact area. How long are you playing for?
Well, it's a short one. Just maybe a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I might it'll be more of a, opposed to the smooth R&B songs I've been busting out, more of a almost like a punk rock style.
Cool.
Bit disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe start thrashing around, like if you've ever been to a punk show, anyone watching, and there's always that one guy who goes a bit too hard in the crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
punch someone in the face.
Yeah. and as that continues, you get people on their feet. But it ends. Eventually, it ends, and you hear Sugarman look towards you, and you're doing it closer to him, and he just gives you a little bit of a nice.
It's a little bit better than before.
You've improved.
I think busted out a couple of smoother songs, and it seems to go down a bit better.
Depends on the crowd, though, doesn't it?
I think it's going to go down well here.
You'd be surprised. They're soft hearts. Shall we drink?
Of course. It's what is the deal with this though? This is new.
He puts one arm around you and starts to.
Oh, this is Hood, by the way.
Hello.
What the heck?
He's my pet cat.
Are you getting closer, or are you standing where you are a little bit away?
I'd imagine I would have been following.
Yeah, okay.
In suit.
He looks over and says, "Oh, companion, more than a friend,
Just a friend, this one.
Gross.
just a friend."
I've literally cleaned your butthole.
Well, yeah, but
Sounds like friendship to me.
there's a difference between the surface and inside.
Oh, it was inside.
A cubic foot.
Oof. Wow. More than friends, I'd say, but hopefully, yes. Anyway, tell me.
My first silk.
Ooh. We'll talk later.
What is going on?
And he sort of just gestures back towards the violin. This, a little trick. He sort of dials his voice down a bit. Got no idea what's going on with that thing. Touch it. Started to gain some interest, and now that's my form of entertainment, and that's my form of income, and that's a tale. And he sounds a little bit disheartened by that last statement as he guides you over to this. It's a very small bar, 2 seats. So he gestures for you to sit. He doesn't give you any regard at all, Hood, but he does give you
I'll
a drink.
gesture
Though.
for you to sit.
No, I'll lean up and no, sit, please.
He does offer a drink to you though on him.
Reunions are important. And I'm just gonna lean on the bar and where's the bartender?
He's behind the bar, and the barkeep does. He looks drow, tall, young-looking, that light purple skin, and the sugarman just whispers a couple of things to this barkeep, who brings back 3 quite thin glasses, thin and tall, and within it this frosty. It looks like just frosty water, ice water. And you recognize it, Sid. It is actually called ice water, but it is not just water. It is alcoholic. It is, it's beautifully sweet.
Well, to reunions. Oh, cheers. Cheers, the lads.
Salute. No. Cheers. Sugar Man, is it?
Mm. That's the name I've been given.
So
You-
tell me how you know Sid.
Well, it was here, in fact, that we first saw each other from afar, like a romantic story, wasn't it? But you had some.
Not unlike how we met.
I don't take that away from me. Ours was unique, but
Oh, you had gods too?
gods.
I jest.
Some rumors about gods. Anyway, I was singing, playing, I think, or something like that, and then you wanted to learn a bit about it. Felt inspired, let's call it. And through a bit of teaching, you became mediocre. Perhaps I just wasn't a good teacher. And then you left. But fast friends, I would say, would you not?
Didn't know each other for a little while. A few years isn't too short.
They just pass quickly, I guess. And then when you're away, it's too long. But you're back. It's good. Good to see you. What's been happening in the wide world? You went on an adventure.
Whew. It's a bit of water under the bridge.
I hope so.
Since started off like my friend here said.
Just the pair.
No, there's a couple others. I'm assuming they're in bed upstairs. Has been probably a bit over a day since we've had a little nap, but I don't know. There's been gods involved. There's been Fae involved. A little bit of a tragic love story. My friend here.
Oh dear. They will be had in life.
Many.
Mm.
All good stories.
Good. Good to share. People pay well for stories like that. If you tell it well.
Maybe you could take up the bard trade.
But
Oh.
him. Yeah.
That accent, maybe poetry.
Oh, you do poetry.
Do I do poetry? What does poetry do me?
Way with words.
He sort of looks a bit unimpressed at that. Some practice would help, I would say, but
Perhaps some more of the snap? Is that what this is?
well, ice water. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
The ice water, sorry.
Sure.
Nah.
I'm sure it's something in your travels you've had. You mustn't have gone far.
Been across the continents.
Really?
Across,
That
across the
takes
sea too.
across the sea. That must have taken ages. How did you get back so quickly, in comparison to the world?
I said a lot has happened. I think took a bit longer when the magic was gone, but ended up in some weird hallway. It had a whole bunch of doors in it.
Yeah, I think perhaps we've been to different worlds.
Is that right? Different worlds. Well, isn't that fascinating? That's a story in itself. These stories I pick up. You wouldn't mind if I used some of them, would you?
And you can embellish too. Never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
That is the bard's first rule. Unfortunately, the trade of bardic happenings has long since passed since his magic's returned. You see, it was a fine trade for the few, but now everybody sings. Everybody tells a good story. This magic has made people eloquent and sing beautifully. I'm out of a job, and that's why I noticed this violin, and now I get my money simply from betting, gambling.
Wait, the violin's not yours?
What if I said it wasn't?
I would commend you for striking a deal
You would not.
No, but you happened upon something that isn't yours and you're making money off.
Well, that's right. The owner hasn't really turned up, but I'm not really fussed. Once I do, I still keep the gold, don't I?
Well, of course.
It's not a terrible thing. I didn't steal it from someone's home. It simply was in the middle of the road. And I did my best to ask around whose it was. No one claimed ownership, truth be told, so here it is.
So how did it get from the road to here?
That is what I was hoping you would ask. An interesting thing. magic is weird. You've heard about the mine and what's happening there, right?
I'm going to get to that in a bit.
Ah, well, that's another thing as well. The wind picked up the violin and put it here. That is all I can explain. One moment it was on the ground, the next a wind came over, literally scooped this thing up, and was the only thing that was able to send it here. I couldn't touch it. Since it was in a popular place, I claimed ownership straight away. After looking around and finding other people who might claim ownership, and now here it is. It's the Sugarman's untouchable violin. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I didn't want to start off our reunion with a bit of play.
That's alright. You actually gave me an idea.
What am I doing?
I'll walk over to the violin and I'll try not put my hand on it, but near it, and see if I can blow it into my hand and go.
Nothing happens. And as you walk over, you hear the people around that crowd. Some say, "My turn, it's my turn. What are you doing pushing in?" And the others say, "Yes, yes, yes." And at that attempt, just people bellow in laughter. And you hear this continuing. And the Sugarman just looks over and gives you a bit of a wince, almost pity.
Worth a shot. Well, I don't have much gold on me, but will the next round suffice?
Of course it will. Been too long.
So, what else has been going on here? Town seems to be on the up and up, but
I'd say the up and up, but have you seen the animals? That's just stupid. I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
are they edible?
Yeah. I mean, most people have said that they don't want to kill them and such, but I've made a couple, my dinner. Tasty enough. In hiding. I think for the most part they're simply part of the magic. I don't know whether they're conjured by Vim or they're just natural animals that have come out from hiding, but they're here and they're stayed for weeks. It's really odd when you get looked at by a deer and they just watch as you walk past. Really stupidly scary, actually.
Have you ever tried talking to them?
Sure, yeah, I talk to animals all the time. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I've seen Sid do it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Got a lot of things. Well, this is Rick, by the way.
I was going to get to that. Rick?
Just give him a note.
Rick, would you like a drink?
Go on, you won't.
Does Rick react?
Nope.
We can't offer him a drink and I'll get him one.
And then I'm gonna pick up one of the icicles and I guess try and give it to him.
Okay.
What did you call it?
Icicles. What does Rick do?
I guess Rick would take the drink off you, and then I'll go hold it up to my mouth.
I don't know why that's weird, but
It tastes cold.
He'll sit there periodically giving me sips.
It tastes cold and almost like a light, very, very light blueberry, but just fresh, and an aftertaste just overwhelmingly fresh and cold. Light blueberry scent. Magic. It's come back. Weird and wonderful,
Tell you a secret, it never really left us.
didn't it? Well, that's fantastic. How were you able to keep it on hand?
The mechanisms elude me, but people got pissed off. I was showboating and got stabbed.
oh my god, he's being modest. We were at a festival and he cooked the most delicious basilisk pork belly.
Basilisk and pork belly, 2 in 1.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, wasn't it? Like the fatty
Basilisk.
bits?
Pork belly.
Yeah. Like it's like a white meat, right? The Basilisk?
What is wrong with you?
Okay.
Basilisk belly.
Oh, just basilisk belly. No, you didn't mold two meats together.
And you know how
Still
you,
sounds
You won
delicious.
100 gold from it.
Is that right?
you know how you guys always used to tell me that my cooking would end up killing someone? These guys fucking love it, and I'm winning competitions.
It's so.
He came third place in a festival as well for music. I think he got cheated a little bit though.
But third place is impressive. I didn't know you'd improve so much.
I actually think I won. There was a whole
I think Luna
situation.
a little bit.
He seems pissed off at me for some reason.
I don't know.
Luna, you say?
Yeah.
Huh.
The tarots, you may have heard of.
I have, actually. Interesting.
Do you use their cards?
No. But,
Don't tell her that. Don't tell her that, please.
why? I'm sorry. He sort of just shifts a bit uncomfortably in his seat. A little bit. You're saying Luna Taro's here?
Probably upstairs somewhere.
Right. I've heard a rumor that the Rotherheim clan is working with them. Have you had any dealings with this?
She. Look, I actually do believe her when she says she doesn't know of that. But
Oh.
we did come across a cart with a whole bunch of corpses jammed into a cage. And it had both crests, the Rotherheim and the Tarot crest on it.
Where is she now?
I'm assuming upstairs. We went to try go to the mine before, but by the sounds of things, you might need to prepare before heading in there.
Yes, you will. I don't know why you'd want to. Well, I kind of might. Anything else you need to tell me? Any other companions? Any criminals you're dealing with?
Assisting an elderly lady. Just it's basically like traveling hospice care at this point.
She's got the wish that she wants to fulfill.
Yeah.
You know, before things
To be
happen.
fair, you could help her out with it. She actually inspired the song that, killed it at that festival. She claims that she likes to get freaky on the reg.
Tell me more. Not about. Not about. What?
Well,
You know me.
you also seem a little bit miffed at the name Tarot. Maybe you should share something first.
Yeah. The rumor is that the Taro family has injected quite a bit of money into the Rotherheim investment. And he does this with closed eyes, as though almost thinking of almost reciting something. And the money is not being put into the most in the most positive light, in the most positive way. The dealings in the Rotherham clan has expanded their trade. They've expanded their business, not to just include mining, but they've seen that people are useful in other areas. Now, the information about the people basically know that the Taro family has invested quite heavily into what they've invested in. You could argue that people think that the Taro family is gaining gold because they know the why behind where their money is going. The people say they're ignorant of the fact and they simply just use the Rotherham clan to get more gold, and they're shut out of any meetings of any kind, of any information. But I think, personally, you should not be traveling with such filth, but that is my opinion, because...
Yeah.
TPK.
But because what they're doing with the money is ugly. I've seen many people go into that mine and come out different people, chained, molded by magic. Just ugly. It's an ugly business, Sid. And like I said, if you're traveling with someone like that, I'm concerned for you.
And how long ago did Mum and Dad sell the house or have it taken?
I'm not sure exactly. Again, I know of you, but I've only met your parents once or twice, I will admit, in passing. I know who your parents are, obviously, and your brother. But they might have done so a few months back. Again, shady business, Sid. I don't know the full story. The Rotherham clan instills people that will invest in their business, perhaps for an unfair advantage, and then the people the houses they sold, which there have been a few, they'll take them into the mine itself, and they've done so because the mine is filled with weird happenings now. Because of the magic returning, there's talk of the silver itself being extracted from the rock by magical means, and people being flayed alive by these gemstones that fly out of nowhere and just fly about. It's horrible.
That sounds a little bit different to what our friend was talking about.
About the same. Maybe not as blunt with it.
The first thing I should offer as a bit of advice: as soon as you can, leave. And leave without this terror. Second, if you must leave with her, and tell her what's going on, but again, I wouldn't stay and try and fix anything. I've heard from your parents. They're probably in the last week. Nolan comes out every now and again, talks, gets a bit drunk at the bar, talks aloud. So I've heard a bit.
How often?
About once a week or so.
When was the last time he was here?
3 days.
It's one thing I don't get. Why sell their house and then move in there?
They sold.
Wait,
The-
am I missing something?
The family sold their home through the Rotherham clan to this dwarf or something, and now your family still are living in the mine itself. Your father isn't doing very well. They have him on some sort of contraption to help him breathe. That's been provided by this trader who actually who actually bought the house.
Hey, do people through.
This contraption is an unknown receptacle of some sort. Yeah, I've only heard that they can help people breathe and in those sorts of mines. So he can't walk anymore. The dust has reached his lungs, and other parts of his body are failing.
We should probably get your family out of that mine.
Sooner rather than later.
Unfortunately, there is still debt to be paid.
What about Vedrum?
Vedrum Rotherheim sits atop of a golden throne and looks down above us all. Praise be Vedrum the fuck. Now, I wouldn't say that out loud, because a lot of people revere him here, because he does provide the people with food, a living, that sort of thing, pocket money, as you will. but he also holds things over their heads. He also holds information. Information is gold, is more than gold. It's invaluable. And he holds something over everything. And that's why they can't leave. That's why he could pay them nothing and barely have them live. Because he has everything written. And he has something over everything.
And you mentioned no one can leave the mine. Can
Nolan can. I mean, the able-bodied can. They just have to go back.
do the other workers come in here often?
Not all the time. Alita misses you. So Nolan says. She can't stop talking about you. Nolan,
Well, he is the good brother. So,
Nolan's working hard. Nolan's working very hard to pay off this debt and to scribble out whatever this thing that is hanging over your parents' head, whatever information they have that he holds over them, he's trying to pay off. Nolan is bitter. Very bitter. Jealous that you got out, that you're not paying off this debt like he is, but I know you have good reason.
how much debt needs to be paid off?
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? They lure you in, charge you for everything. So the debt never really gets that smaller.
Surely there's other families that are struggling through this situation.
They wouldn't show it. They are, but they wouldn't show it. They wouldn't dare.
Why do you still hang around here?
I like the innkeeper. Treats me well. And besides, it's safe for what I do. If I was to be forced into the mine, I'd get out straight away. But they've got nothing on me here. I'm a pure soul.
Well, I'm an asshole. But I'm here too.
I'm sorry to paint a bleak picture, Sid, upon your return so soon, but I want you to know things as they are. What to expect.
That's fair enough. Do you reckon Lynn would be pissed off if I woke her up now?
Has it been 4 hours? Please.
I dare say that that's probably not a good idea at the moment. Let her have a rest.
Help me.
I don't
This is
know
why I
that-
locked the door. Leveraged it.
I'm not entirely sure what the logistics would be, but I think there might be a possibility for your family. One that's not been discussed yet.
Cheers.
Perhaps we should talk about it a little bit later.
What of the mine itself? We sort of have a short window when we might be able to gain access, but do you know of anything else? Back entrance, cave-ins?
Plenty of cave-ins now that lots of these gems are just coming out on their own. Lots of them. Different parts of the mine, though. The mine goes on for kilometers into the earth and into the mountain. It's hardly able to be documented. There's so many tremors now. Little tremors, but just all over the place. Back entrances, the Rotherham clan are sly and smart. They've blocked all of those off, especially since the magic's come back. So, unfortunately, the front entrance, as far as I'm aware, is the only way in. I know why you want to go in, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'd maybe wait until Nolan comes out, gain some information from him. But if you must, unfortunately, the front door is the only way. And you'd have to probably bribe some guards. And even then, that wouldn't protect you from what's inside.
We've already got the way in.
Oh, good.
very brief window though.
You went in without seeing. You went there without seeing me first. I feel offended.
To be fair, I did get a bit of a worrying letter from Lita.
Ah, what did it say?
Well, it was worrying because she'd said that everything was rosy. I did try to send something back that may have helped Dad, but the writing in it was definitely hers, but it's not of the town that I left.
Well, I can guarantee that if she was written something that said something was positive here, probably someone was watching over her shoulder, making sure she was writing the right things. I'm sorry.
Well, fuck, that's a bit of a downer.
Any more alcohol to be had?
Of course.
Oh, just holding up the glass.
Another round on the Sugar Man comes out.
The house?
This one's mine for failing at the violin the second time.
I don't blame you. Should have warned you beforehand.
Is there many people around us, or is it
Yeah.
they're all...
Plenty, but you've been speaking in a fairly low tone.
Yeah.
So it's no one's paying any attention as far as you can see, and everyone's concentrating on this violin. It's just the spectacle of the day, of the hour. People are leaping at it. They're using a bows and arrows. They're using crossbows. They're charging at it with double bladed axes. A whole shield is trying to be rammed towards it, but they just fall just short of touching it, and they fall flat on their faces.
all right, if I feel safe. I have some friends that we excel at smuggling things out, particularly people. Perhaps the debt doesn't need to be paid.
I wasn't planning on paying it. Thought maybe paying Bedroom a visit, but assuming he's surrounded himself with guards, if you've got a sneakier way.
The only logistically, the problem would be getting your family to Donstead.
Where's Donstead? Do I know
It's,
where Donstead is?
East. It's across the river, or whatever that gulf is.
Where'd I put it?
Right. Where the little icy cap is.
Sorry, I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
It wasn't-
If we could get them
More like
there,
a lake.
we could
Right.
potentially get them out of trouble. The problem is you might not actually know where they end up. At least you know that they would be safe.
Better than trapped in a mine where death seems pretty much a guarantee at some point.
And forgive me for saying, if your father can't walk, that makes this slightly bit more difficult.
Oh,
But possible.
if we go in and see them, I'll be able to get a bit more information to help out. But if you could, I'd have you back with your other business.
I know. It sounds like your folks are good people. They just haven't had a good time of life. Particularly with house. Well, whatever the clan is. Of the Nine.
You were right to mispronounce the name. It's not worthy of proper time.
But it is an opportunity. I'm not too sure how I could get in contact with Art, but I'm sure if I could, we might be able to organize something.
Us. Do you have any way of contacting people over distance?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, the magic's been good to me. I know a fair bit now. Just came to me. Isn't that grand?
Yeah, I've been trying some of those fancy sword moves that you tried showing me. Still can't get them.
Ah. Flick of the wrist. It's simple to look at, but difficult to master. I can give you some lessons while you're here.
They should come in handy. It's,
Wait, you're training him how to fight?
But you
Sorry.
look like you are your skill in the sword looks excellent. Let's call it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. But I've been training him how to fight too.
Oh, have you? Or perhaps we can duel before you leave, so we can make sure the right person gives them a good lesson.
Perhaps.
He's definitely got a lot more finesse than me. Just wait till you see his fancy sword moves. I'm still a bit more like smash and grab.
I'm not as chunky though.
It doesn't really matter. It's not the strength, not the weight that
Yeah.
that puts you down. That makes you win. The eyes, movements, fluid, eloquent.
The thrust.
She yelled.
In the finishing move, yes. Anyway, another drink, and then think on this. Is there anything else you need, Sid? I know we've talked morbidity for some time. Let's talk about more revelry. I can tell you a bit about the stories I've shared, a bit about what I've done.
Give me something merry before bed.
He talks to the people he's wooed, his escapades.
Woo.
Should take note. Thanks
She's
for
a
cherry
weirdo.
red temptress.
She's
Heads up.
He talks to the downfall of his bardic income, but the rise of his find of the violin, his short trips out of the Wevin Mine to explore, to gather, to trade, to meet. Things like that. The new families he's met, the friends he's had. But all the while, you get the sense that at the end of each day, he ends up by himself, alone in his bed, but not in a way that would signal loneliness, but actually content with being a free person, and just being able to share those stories with everyone. And you finish up your drinks, and when the stories end and the day passes, and the food is also shared as well. You finish up, and there's a
In the room.
there's a sense that the conversation's towards its end, and the sugar man just makes sure that you know that he'll be available and at the Lion's Den Inn if you need.
Yes, definitely hang around because we might need to light a fire under these workers' asses.
I'll be there to help. That would be nice.
I guess I would. Well, I guess try rent a room if we don't have one already.
All right. It's 2 silver for the room. For both of you, if you want the one room.
Look, I'll just get the one room we can share.
There's 2 single beds.
And I guess there's something that's been bugging Sid for a while, and it's these parchments that we took off the cell cultists.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess to take my mind a little bit off falling into the spiral of just constantly thinking about all what he's just found out, I'll be trying to study them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess over a 10-minute period, I'd just be really focusing on these parchments and the iris of one of his eyes would actually start to shift and lose form and turn into one of these runes. And that would be comprehend languages as a ritual.
Nice.
And yeah, I'll be, I guess, because he wouldn't know that he could do that, so just be studying him for ages, and eventually it would start to come together, I assume.
Yep.
And if you're in the room, which I got one room, so you probably are.
I'll be in the room.
It's the old city boy's eye. Just go all weird, and then it'd be like a rune.
Oh my gosh.
I'll pull out my knife. Goss, are you here?
Let's just say, looks like that. That's what his eyeball looks like.
Oh, really? Yeah. Don't.
But you can't see secrets.
Me secrets. How
No,
dare
I
you?
think he was fourth walling.
Yeah. All right. As you sleep and you study, Sid, you're sleeping. Good.
I'll be going to sleep. Yeah.
All right. As you go to sleep soundly, and you study these runes on this page, the words buckle under the spell. They change form. And as you all wake up from your rest,
A level up?
no, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yay! Only one level of exhaustion.
Only
You
one.
have 2.
Yes. Why do you think I'm being such an ass?
As you do wake up, did you also want to identify the dag? Oh no, you don't have to.
I wouldn't have it with me.
No, that's
That's my dagger, yeah.
Yes, but I will take that morning to prepare that spell.
beautiful. Thank you very much.
Hood's sister came in.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, Hood let her in.
So
She's sweet.
the runes make a much shorter looking small sort of couple of sentences in common. Comprehending the languages, you can't seem to even understand what language you're trying to translate. You've never seen it before. So to name it, it's not an Elvish language, it's not a Fey language, it's not even a, you've read, I mean, the spell gives you the ability to read everything or understand everything and understand where it's come from. It's almost like you're looking at this text, and every rune that changes to common, you automatically forget what you read. But it's now in common, so you can read it well, but only in common. And you just can't seem to remember what language it was. So the couple of sentences read. Just bring it up.
You under our door. Yeah.
The Lord and the people. Magic goes and magic grows. The forgotten die.
That's what I was thinking.
Wake me up!
Their memories fade. All forget. Then none live. And then the last 2 words.
Sorry, what was the... I got their memories fade, they
Yep.
all forget.
Yep.
What's-
Then none live. And then the last 2 words are just toys. And you will wake up. What are you two doing? Waken. A bit hungry because you missed lunch, but otherwise healthy. Still a little bit tired, Luna, but otherwise much, much better than you were. Full health. Your spells are back.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try and move the chair away from the drawer door.
Yeah.
It's stuck. I'm gonna kind of jiggle it
Yeah, nice.
so
nice.
eventually.
It stops.
So eventually I get it free.
Excellent.
Should we go eat something?
Yes. Hopefully the violin man is still down
Oh yeah, you want to try and do that thing, hey?
there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can destroy it, but
Do you need any help or are you okay?
yes, help me if you can.
What would you like me to do?
Well, I don't know. My plan was just to surround it with fire, something of that nature.
That sounds really dangerous in like a wooden building.
Yeah, well, I warned him.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
12,000 gold.
Yeah, I'm aware, but I don't want to burn down a tavern in the process.
I would. If someone said to me, "If you burn down that tavern, I'll pay you 12,000 gold," I would do that.
And that's why there's wanted posters of you.
No, that's unrelated.
I can attempt to get rid of the magic that's surrounding it, which, by the way, it's really gross. It's like every type of magic all at once. It's not a nice feeling. Felt like I kind of got punched in the stomach, but then I realized that I was also stabbed there, so maybe that's why. But I could try. It just probably won't work.
That makes-
Otherwise, I don't know. Do we wait for the others? We can all try together. Kind of like what we did with Sid.
No, let's just you and I do this.
Sure. Don't set it on fire. Pick something way better.
The only other option I have is a massive column of rock that explodes from the ground.
Or you could use your hand.
Not fast enough. My old hands can't grab this violin.
Can you turn into another animal?
Try.
You should try that.
Yes, but what I can't turn anything faster than a master swordsman. And they couldn't get it.
Yeah, but you might be able to change it to something that does actually move faster.
Like what?
A horse? They are actually faster, I've checked.
So you want me to?
The bows are made out of horsehair.
Let's talk this over a meal, I think.
Yes. Could you imagine if you walked in to order a meal and there was just a horse?
It's true. I've actually looked up the movement speed of a horse.
A dolphin, even.
What about like a hummingbird?
Oh, I don't know if you can, but I certainly can't fly at my current strength.
I definitely can fly at my current strength, but not you. I know.
Great.
Let's go and eat. I'm gonna walk away from this strange bird.
As you both head out,
I wanted to suss out this violin, see if I can notice anything about it.
sure.
Can I try and also, before we like go all the way down, is do the old like baby wipe shower?
Sure.
Just try to. You don't know what a baby wipe shower is?
Oh, it's like wet wipes.
You just like you try to shower without having one.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much
You,
that.
you sort of wash yourself
Like
down.
water skin.
Water skin, yes,
Yeah.
a little bit of water, dry it off. It dries.
Mostly like all the
naturally.
dry blood in my hair and stuff. Yeah, that stuff.
We-
I'm gonna change out of the dress that I got stabbed in and
Cool.
into my normal adventuring clothes.
Okay. Speaking of which, obviously there is a tear in that fabric now, which you might have to get repaired to make it look a bit more
It's all bloodied.
and bloody as well, which you think could be cleaned magically or not,
It's fine.
but it could just cost a little bit. Laundromat.
I got to
Yeah.
prestidigitation.
So as you both walk down the stairs, Vela, you head straight towards this violin. At that point, you notice that charging towards this,
A horse?
like a group of about 20 burly people, arms linked, side by side, like this wall of people, are just are counting down, and they're counting down in common, 3, 2, 1, and they're just crazed in their eyes. These same sort of people who tried the day before, you can see them now working together. You reckon they'll just split the reward if they get it, just to touch this violin, and you can see them charging at it. And as you just at the bottom of these stairs, there's sort of some stairs that head down. No balcony, just a set of stairs. You see this charging, and at that moment when you can see that there's nothing that can get through this wall. You can see that a split second passes, and that moment, in that moment, their arms accidentally unfurl, and they jump over the violin and all land face first, with the violin just smoothly, untouched, moving through these intertwined hands that have just separated barely in time. And you hear this, this anger seething, and this groaning in pain.
If I had to estimate how fast like how fast is it? Like faster than a sprinting man? Or...
So, did you say how fast this violin can move?
No, their arms unlinked.
Their arms unlinked, yeah.
Yes.
They barely, something had caused them to just barely
Right.
separate.
Okay, I see.
And they, as they jumped, so they moved through it. Yes.
Fire.
I don't think we should even try. Not now. Not seeing that. I'm gonna eat.
I'm gonna go and order myself food.
Let's wait for our companions. I bet they can't resist the violin either.
We don't even know if they're here. They could be dead in the mine.
Ah, that's true.
I'm gonna eat.
This is how we act.
They're dead in the mine. There's no rush.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Let's eat.
Yeah. Okay.
Hungry.
All right.
Order yourself some breakfast. There's beautiful platters of fruits that have been served, tropical. These large blue melons. You can see that there are
Apple.
there's apples, there's bananas that are sort of 3 times their size.
Verb.
Custard apples that are yellow and pink. It's beautiful. And you partake in that, and you two wake up from a rest.
Oh, good morning, Sid.
How are
That
you?
was good.
So,
Yeah, I'm good. You? Good. You sure? That was a rough conversation.
yeah.
It's about 3 in the afternoon.
This morning.
This morning. And what was it with your eyes? That was a bit.
The right one's a bit dodge. That's why I don't see well.
Yeah, okay. It's got like weird glyphs on it, like your hands.
Well, I think that was
I got a
me.
little bit like thinking that exorcism thing was happening again.
Well, speaking of that, 'cause that was kind of tied into that cell God face thing.
Yeah.
I figured out what was on the parchment that I nicked off him.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's exciting.
Thank you. You're upbeat. I like that. I need that now. Seems to fit with some of the events that have been going on, and I'll recite the words.
Did you want me to read them out again for you, just so you can
That's right.
Do you like float or anything? Or yeah.
Yeah, I just start floating, but then when you look down, it's just I started stepping on my leg.
I can get his.
It
Notes.
says, "The Lord and the people, magic goes and magic grows. The forgotten die, their memories fade. They all forget, then none live, just toys." So, magic going, and then magic growing. It's pretty indicative of what's going on.
Do you think maybe that? Because the magic was gone for only a couple of weeks, yeah,
Oh, it's a little while.
and it seems to have come back even stronger. Perhaps.
Maybe we should go downstairs so I don't have to repeat this.
Yeah, I think that's
See
a
the
good
others.
idea. Yeah.
They probably think we're dead anyway. I bet you they're like probably grieving. Like Luna's probably already drunk. She couldn't handle it.
Yeah, have you seen her with her booze? She really likes it.
What?
As you both walk down the stairs,
Where did that perception come from?
having that discussion on the way down, but to yourselves, you see Luna and Bello
Not
partaking
drinking
in
alcohol.
not drinking alcohol, partaking in some fruits for an afternoon tea sort of thing.
Fermented fruit
That's
already.
been served.
What the? Ahoy hoy!
No, hey, we're not dead.
We knew it. We had faith that you would make it.
You had faith.
Why we ordered.
Yeah, fruit is good for breakfast, actually. Good fiber.
I did think you'd still be down there, though.
Why?
I don't know. I just kind of thought that you would have, if you got down there safely, you might have wanted to stay there with your parents.
Well, I think Sid's got a couple of things to tell you, but can I have some of this fruit?
Have you paid for it?
No, you've got plenty left on your plate.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Whatever.
thank you.
A
Start eating Luna's fruit.
Cool.
few things. Found that the parents and brother are down in the mine, where things
Did
are.
we not already know that?
Is this what she was doing to you when you were trying to?
What was
You're-
that gesture
you're
you
just-
just did?
You're eating a thick-skinned pineapple.
Yeah.
Do that again?
We can clip that.
So yes, they're down in the mine, but like most things with the magic, it seems like it's a bit weird.
Okay.
So the mine seems to be mining itself, but
Seems counterintuitive, but that's fine.
the all the gems and silver and whatnot, it's flowing around there at speeds that will actually, yes, impale you with cut you up.
That violin didn't have any fittings on it, did it?
Fittings.
Fittings, pegs, bits of metal.
Or it's hanging from a small
Gems.
rope that's no, it's just fairly plain looking, but it is hanging from a small rope on a pedestal. About probably 6 feet high.
Okay. That sounds incredibly dangerous.
So I did get us an in, but it's a very short window that we can get in there, which is going to be clearly dangerous.
Okay. Is it dangerous, like falling from the sky, or?
Dangerous like an emerald or something might shoot through your head.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Sorry, I'll heal you.
I wish I could trust. No, I'm joking. You did heal me. Thank you. I'm not meaning to sound like.
I don't think I can do brains.
Yeah.
I can't count. That's the thing, right?
It's the thing.
Yeah.
Did not know that. There you go. Okay. Great. Awesome. Let's keep talking. What?
Just feel like it's something you should know with the things we're about to do.
Okay. Awesome. Keep going.
The other option is apparently my brother comes here and gets drunk about once a week.
The evil one, yeah.
Well, if you want to go down that route, speaking of evil ones, apparently your family is investing in dodgy shit with the Brotherheim clan and potentially causing misery and death to lots of people. But we can get to that after.
That's not funny.
I'm not joking. Also, you should probably avoid the guy who is doing the thing with the violin.
Oh, the one that's getting the money off people?
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
In fact, you don't see the Sugar Man around. Just bear in mind.
Back to my parents bit. Do you want to just elaborate on that a little bit so I know that you're not just talking shit like always?
Yeah, look, fair enough. That's what's bound to come back and bite me in the ass at some point.
Also, has your brother said anything like worthwhile that we should?
I haven't spoken to him yet.
No, but I mean like he's apparently been here talking, right? So like, has he said anything worth noting about the mines or your parents or?
Well, Dad can't walk, so that's going to be a bit of a tough job getting him out. The guy that you berated at my house apparently
I
made
didn't berate him.
apparently he made him a fake lung or something that he can breathe with.
Cool.
But essentially they're kind of trapped down there, but the able-bodied ones can come out. So that's one option, is to wait until he's out, but that'll probably be a few more days.
Mm.
The thing with your parents was the general gist that they've invested heavily in the Rotherheims. Some people think that they know what's going on, some people think they don't. But I guess that'll be something for you to find out.
I'm sure they have no idea what's going on.
What proof is there of this, though?
I'm not jumping down your throat, I'm telling
No, I
you
know.
what I've been
I'm
told.
genuinely asking you.
It's what has been said. They are actively investing with the Rotherheims, who are expanding. That's the gist of it. The Rotherheims are still doing dodgy shit like they always had. The investment is something that has to be looked into.
I don't see them investing in something that they know is openly evil or bad.
I'm sure that
That's not like a defense mechanism. That's just a. I feel like I would have gotten a really bad vibe from my parents if they were doing some really bad stuff.
Either way, you're probably going to have that conversation with them.
Well, no, yeah, I wasn't gonna be like rug sweep.
I would.
But we should try to find out if that's exactly true. Not because I want to turn this into a screw your parents mission, let's find out about mine, but like if my parents are investing with the Rotherheims, it might actually be a way to get them out. Maybe we could manipulate that relationship while I'm here.
I think somehow they're both intrinsically tied together. So, more than happy for you to
Maybe
attempt
we
that.
can. You said we have a limited time in the mines. Maybe we can get longer.
So far, the deal with a couple of the guards at the entrance is we can have access for no longer than an hour. Apparently, it takes about 25 minutes to get down to where the people are kept. So it leaves only about 10 minutes when we're down there.
These guys know what you look like.
Well, the guards do, yes.
Like, we're gonna need longer than an hour to get your dad out. We can't just leave him there by himself.
The thought was to at least check in on them, maybe get something as quickly as we can.
Do you reckon there's an alchemist here in town?
Sorry, I can't hear you through all of that pineapple.
Do you reckon there's an alchemist here in town?
Maybe.
I mean, if there is, they're probably working for the Rotherheims. I'm assuming if there's an alchemist, they'd be doing something with what's coming out of the mines.
Who's the supervisor of the mines?
The one that's in charge is Vedrum.
How accessible is this person?
From my knowledge, there would be a very nice area up higher on the mountain or something. That's where the Rotherheims would be, away from the shitbox town. That's no longer a shitbox. Is that true?
Yes, so the Rotherheim clan, they have headquarters built within the rock that overlooks the eastern seaboard, basically. So they would basically look over those beautiful rivers of the Riverland and the bay beyond. They have a very nice perch up there. You don't know exactly where. You haven't got that information ever.
You'd have to probably investigate that a bit more. I know they have a place somewhere that I'm assuming is a lot more fortified than anything around here.
What about someone less influential, but like still better than just a guard? Not you.
No, I have a question. What if we just killed those 3 guards? Rolled in that good more than an hour? I'm just throwing it out there. These are literal slavers.
Possibly. I don't know if the time of it was put on us by the guards or what's in the mine. They did seem to think that there was maybe something to do with the rock or the silver that would come after us if we were there for too long.
My point is that if my parents hope they're not, but if they are investing, maybe we can turn this from a, oh, okay, look away while we investigate for an hour mission into a, hey, I'm a tarot and I am here for a safe passage to, or something like that. I know how ridiculous that sounds, but
Please, I've travelled long and far to see your shitty mine.
it's got gems and stuff in it. It can't be that crappy.
Well,
And if it's been acting all strange and there's rocks flying out and stuff, surely someone would want to come and check it out.
it seems to be more of a recent thing since the magic's come back.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Woods mentioned his plan may be able to help.
Potentially, yeah. Logistically, it could be a little bit difficult getting the news across, but we could smuggle them out. That way, that wouldn't need to be done. They'd be gone. Somewhere safe. Bodes well.
I like the plan, but I really think we should knock those 3 guards out and tie them up or something.
Yeah, you would say that, Fire Girl.
One other little suggestion to buy us a little bit more time, though. Perhaps if we can visit an alchemist, pick up a couple of potions of haste. That would give us a lot more time. Maybe a couple extra for your family. I don't know what that gold would look like, though. Perhaps your friend could be persuaded to depart with some of his winnings.
I mean, I don't know how rotten they are by now, but still have the basilisk eyes that may be of interest to an alchemist.
I think I've got a couple extra little pieces from the Rottenheim clans, dead vampires.
Hey, do you reckon a horse would fit in this line?
I think it would be very comfortable for them.
I'm just. They can't. They move faster than the average person.
I would love to see that, but with all the rocks and things wheeling around, they're also big creatures
Yes.
in a tiny cave.
Anyway, here's what I think, because I think we should try to get your parents out without them disappearing into oblivion. I think it's a good idea, but I think maybe it's a backup plan. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Because if that's possible, regardless of us going in there, then
If House Taro holds sway over the Rottenheim, that would be it.
I'm just a really bad liar. I don't know if you've noticed that. I feel like I've done okay, but I don't know how to call you any other name but Velo.
You have to believe the lie.
Speaking of that,
You don't know Bella. I am Grace, or whatever I said my name is.
if you are going to attempt contact with them directly, until you know you could get access or something similar, maybe leave the names out of it.
What do you mean?
Well, if you go around spurting out the names at the start and things go tits up, it's only going to put a target on them.
That's a good point.
Perhaps we should pretend we're health and safety officers.
Hmm.
We're inspecting the mine, really build a rapport.
I don't think
Yes, I think the place that is actively putting old men who can't walk and need to be on ventilators in a mine.
Yeah, that doesn't
where
make them scared,
Death is
yeah.
likely.
What's,
Again,
the, what's the threshold? for mine guns?
What?
Wait there.
yeah, these are the details you're gonna have to know if you're gonna fake being a health and safety inspector.
Who sent you? It's another question.
I can do the signature of the Queen of El Gord.
Ah, yes.
Perhaps we put down like a little bit of an inspection notice.
You can imitate handwriting.
Yeah,
I have a letter from my parents.
I could write something up.
We've got to be sure that they're involved, though.
I mean, if you're willing to give it to me, then I could spend a lot of time trying to practice it instead
Lot
of
of
doing a
time?
little rush.
We really have a lot of time, do we?
I mean, a lot of time, maybe being an hour tops. I've been pretty successful thus far.
You kind of do magic, I guess.
I do.
I'm just saying, not well.
Do you reckon throw brick would help in this situation?
Throw brick helps in every situation.
Also, I got a
if
good
you
look at
cast it while
those.
flying, it becomes
That was
powerful.
a joke, by the way. You're supposed to laugh.
Nothing funny about it.
No, I mean about. Okay.
Ancient art.
Also,
Not about me making fun of you, but that's okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking to
Do you know how to contact people from long distances?
Yeah, I can fly. Yes.
How?
It's a spell. Right components.
What's it called?
Throw brick.
Throw a message across the ocean.
Asks it.
Do you know your own
You have
passcode?
sending? You have sending. Just have sending.
Yes, I do have something.
Do you
Yes,
actually?
I do. I don't have.
No, it's not the same thing.
Yes, as someone who knows the ways of my arts, I feel like this is something you could have brought up last night before.
Well, I didn't know that we'd have to do this today. Otherwise, I would have told you to do that.
I'm on team. Creep up on those guards,
I know what team you're on.
smack them up, tie them up, leave them somewhere where they can't make any noise or trouble. Creep nice and easy into the prison mine. Find your parents.
What
Ignore
happens when they wake up in half an hour's time on the floor, knowing that 4 people have gone into the mine?
Alright, so we kill the guards, then we creep down into the mine, all the way down. Get your parents.
I got a good look at the insignia of House at the time. We might be able to make those pretty easily. It's only a thin piece of steel.
Or we just take the one from the guards.
We could do that too.
Chuckle said he was going to give them to us.
Well, yes.
It's up to you. These are your parents. What would you like to do?
Good options. A lot of them.
When we creep out, we can just come past all the dead guards.
I would like to see them. So that might give us more information to plan better.
Which plan?
I think if we get in there and at least get 10 minutes with them, we can
That's
see
a
the
start.
layout.
Okay.
It might help us give information to your people about their locations.
If the able-bodied are allowed to leave, then is there really anything wrong with just getting your dad out?
Well, sounds like there is. Otherwise, they'd all just leave.
Is there any healing that you
Yeah, I
can
was
do?
going to say, maybe we
They
could
did.
just heal him.
Well, the information also said that the Rotherheims seem to have something over their heads of all these people. So, I don't know what that could be.
About 8 tons of stone.
Good one. Just wait till we deal with your daughter. I'm going to make jokes.
You already
But, I don't know. Seeing them will give us something.
Okay. Well, then let's start with that. Cool.
Alright, well, what do we do from here?
You've eaten the rest of my fruit, so I guess I'm ready to go.
Did you want that bit?
No,
Okay.
looks like it's got your saliva on it.
Yeah.
The other thing I found was not to do with this, but the parchments that the Hassel cultists were carrying. And I'll reiterate the words that were on it. It all seems to be tying in with the events that are going on.
Oh, great. We're all gonna die.
Well, yes, if it continues that way, but it's talking about their memories fade, they all forget. Sounding a bit like old Gossy Boy.
Yeah.
So perhaps once our personal shit's dealt with, the world might be a bit of a destination.
We should actually check in with some of the Fae we've met along the way. Not Chorus.
I don't think she was a Fae. She was just a lovely lady who happened to be a top investigator for the
Okay, well,
Enigma.
We should check in with. Is it Sarah?
Yes.
Yay! Because last time we saw her, she was really moldy.
Maybe not in the middle of a pub though.
Oh, obviously.
Just something actually came to mind. Do you think there's anything more written on this? And I pull out a small scroll that I have. A
Only you had of us last night.
Yeah, a gargoyle's skull. In an offline episode, I'm pretty sure.
We will rise, I believe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was all that was written on here, but it's a pretty big piece of paper. Maybe there's more. I hand it over to you.
Is it a big piece of paper?
Scroll ends up being that. Yep. This, though, is not in a language that you know.
But is there more writing than?
There is more writing. A bit more cursive than the blocky letters that you saw.
Perhaps next time when you're doing that weird shit, you can get on that.
Well, I can do the weird shit if you want to get some more fruit.
Oh, I'm okay. I've actually.
I can have a look at that. Oh, actually, I can't do it today. I can have a look at that dagger. You want to know what that does?
Are you gonna keep it? I want it.
I'm going to keep it. And I'll get some more fruit and put it down in front of Luna.
Okay.
And I will ritually cast Identify.
10 minutes?
Yep.
Anyone want to do anything in that 10 minutes?
Yeah, tickle Sid.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Well, I've got to start again every time you do that.
I'm gonna eat some fruit that hasn't been dribbled on by a cat.
Precious seeds out of the wasteful surrounds.
Is the violence still there?
Still there. At the moment, people are starting to look like they're giving up, but then every now and again you'll see someone try something new. They might take a bit of their hair and throw it, or try and touch it. Anything and everything. You see people try and throw a whole jug of beer at it, but for some reason this liquid just goes around it. You see people try to kick it, use different parts of their bodies. You can see people take off their shirts and try and throw this shirt over the violin, but it just waves around it and falls. Things like that.
I'm gonna sneak up to it.
Make a stealth check.
Yeah, 17. Plus 6. 23.
Okay. You don't feel like the violin has seen you.
And I'm going to deceive it. I'll be like, my name is the Sugar Man.
Okay, make a deception check on the violin.
That's not so good. 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to say? You're the sugar man. Anything else?
Let's try and touch it.
Try and touch it? Okay. As you go up to try and touch this thing, you also feel completely dizzy as you are close, very close, and you see about 20 of them. Roll side by side. Roll a percentile, please.
Roll high.
It's a 1d10 and 100, isn't it?
Yeah.
76.
76. Okay. I've sent you the description Not as a text though, just in the social
Yep.
media.
I singed it.
Cool. Okay. You don't even get close. As you try and touch it, your hand goes around a violin and it just through thin air. And you step back for a bit, you see it right there in front of you, just the one.
And I saw like up to 20 at some point, yeah.
Just as you were getting closer and closer, yes.
This might be a bit to ask. Am I to maybe a perception? Is it actually moving or is it
No,
being teleported somewhere else?
not even being teleported. It's just as though more violins of the same type, same look, are appearing next to each other.
You're getting confuddled.
Yeah.
You're done confuddled, boy.
I look at it curiously and walk away. I didn't put down any money. I wouldn't have gotten it anyway. Just wanted to touch it.
Okay, great. You failed.
Yeah, I did.
It was funny to watch, though.
Don't worry. Next time you'll touch it.
You reckon?
Yes.
No,
I
No.
don't think so.
we saw 20 people, arm in arm, run up. No dice.
You reckon this is a scam?
No, I think it's just weird.
I'm going to go with it. It'll be a scam.
Yeah. Send him quite a lot of money. Alright, what do we want to do?
I guess I'll come out of my identifying this item at that point and go, can't you just dispel magic?
I can,
Yes.
but if we're gonna go into the mines, we should probably save our magics for when you guys inevitably die.
That's why we didn't do it last night. Instead, we retired to our quarters so that you may live.
Just in case you showed up like bleeding.
By the way, this is just your standard ripper, tear in reality type knife,
What?
transporting things to different dimensions and stuff.
I don't know what you mean at all.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
That's what you're supposed to say.
You never seen one before?
No.
Well, you see this side here, that's got the gold edge.
Sure.
Spend a bit of time getting to know this knife. You can basically just cut like a 6-foot line in the air and it'll tear reality. And inside that tear is a little dimension. So if you get stuck in there, you've got about 8 hours of air. And it's going to be pretty difficult for you to get out if you don't have this knife.
Why would we want to go in there?
Well, the space is about a 10-foot cube.
Okay.
Sounds nice.
So you can like store things in there?
I think so. So I think you can put stuff in there and then flip the knife around and it's got a platinum edge. That'll seal up the tear. But if you make another tear, gold edge, while that bit's still open, all your shit's gonna get busted. And if someone's in there, they're gonna get rightly fucked up and maybe end up in a different plane of existence.
Sounds like a really horrible knife.
That sounds like a very useful knife.
It's really pretty.
I wonder if you cut someone with that edge, if you could rip
I
tear of reality in them.
did in fact get cut with this knife.
You got stabbed with it.
See, that's my blood.
Yeah, but it was a stabby thing. You gotta.
Like a slashing motion.
Okay.
And I'll flip her in and pass you the handle.
Alright. Did you cut your hand?
And I'll forward you this if I can.
What are you talking about? Beautiful. Great. So we've got a rift tearing knife, and some fruit, and a plan. Should we go?
Do it.
Let's go save your parents.
So, as you
Huzzah!
finish your fruit and you start to walk out of the inn, you make your way outside where it is still cold, magical. Otherwise,
It's not magical. It's gross.
a bare street.
Street of Bears.
Bear Street at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
One that has animals just roaming the street. One that as you look over, you no longer see the place where it was said that your cart would be safe.
Oh.
And that's where we'll finish it for this evening.
Why have you done that?
Why'd you do that? And that's it for this evening.
That's so cruel.
Wait, are you gonna make Sid sad or
Oh, we gotta raid someone.
That's what I'm doing. I've got
I'm
one.
not gonna climb with Kelly.
Oh, sorry, but
Yeah, it's
fucking
getting our
horse
shit
is
stolen.
gone.
And
Poor Marjorie.
Horsey.
Probably dead. No, I got
Uh,
Horsey. I took Horsey in with me.
Oh, did you?
Horsey's cooked for breakfast then, because she's up in the room. We didn't bring her
Oh,
down.
fuck yeah, let's go get her.
Oh, maybe someone. Oh, we're gonna have to go deal with the cart stealing douches in the woods then.
Right, yes.
Hopefully they took the camels too, and we just get there in the camels.
Killed everybody.
Lap and shit everywhere.
We'll head off. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for watching. We're going to raid Tonight We Dice. They just look like a fun group of people around the table. So and they're
love
live,
that.
which is nice.
And their life.
And they're live, which is good.
Great.
So let's do that. I'll start raid. But yeah, like I said, check out, like we said at the beginning, check out our Ko-fi, support us if you can. And
And if you can't, cool.
that's cool. Just come in and watch as well. But have a good evening and rest of your week. We'll hope to catch you on some streams this week. And then see you next week for another episode of Fate's Grip.
Namaste.
Have a good night.
Ciao.
I'm a go.
Oh, they have like one viewer. Good choice.